comments, it makes me sick. And I find it to be so embarrassing. The mayor's incompetent, so now it's Gainey's problem. And this doesn't happen in Republican cities. Really? So there are no Republicans that overdose. Why are we paying for Narcan? Why can't they help themselves? These people can't be helped. They want to stay high. It goes on and on and on and on until it's your husband out there or your daughter out there, until you're Sarah, who's begging me right now. Right now, she's texting me. She's in the doctor's office with this young man who was overdosing over the weekend. Christopher, she's with his 13-year-old son. And she's begging us to find him and help him. And you could give a crap if he lives and dies. Shame on you. No, seriously, shame on you. It's absolutely embarrassing. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. Ellie, good morning.
Good morning, Marty. We still have a very busy morning out there on the roadways. Crews have cleared the multi-vehicle accident on inbound Parkway East near Edgewood, but traffic is backed up starting at Forest Hills. And emergency crews are continuing to work with the multi-vehicle accident from earlier this morning on Route 28 inbound. Traffic is backing near Route 8, and it is slowly getting by in the right lane. In Butler County, we have an accident reported on the turnpike between Beaver Valley and Cranberry. This is eastbound, and the right shoulder is blocked, so expect delays. And over on the Parkway West, it slows as you near Green Tree Hill, but picks up speed as you head down Banksville to the Fort Pitt tunnels. On I-79 northbound, we are seeing slow-moving traffic around the S-bends due to construction. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Don't pay retail for your diamond engagement ring or gift. Come to cleanorigin.com. Founded by a leading family in the diamond industry for more than a century, we're experts in lab-grown diamonds because that's all we do. Clean Origin, the only diamond jewelers who give you a 100-day, no questions asked return on your purchase. Head to cleanorigin.com or one of our retail stores and mention code Radio10 for 10% off your purchase. That's cleanorigin.com, code Radio10.
What's the room again?
1240 down at the end.
Ooh, what's that? Mamie, don't touch that. That's someone's old food.
Here we go. You have the key?
You have both of ours.
Working.
Love it. Try flipping it over.
Seriously. Higher.
Give me yours.
You have mine. Please, if you could.
Why aren't you open for the
Can everyone just shut them?
Don't go there. Go on a real vacation. Go RVing. Learn more at GoRVing.com.
You've probably seen it on local real estate shows or in the classifieds. A home is for sale, and the listing boasts about having a petite bathroom or a petite kitchen. Hi, this is Barry and Steve Ehrenrich.
It's gratifying and most humbling to know that long ago the Petite brand became a status symbol in Western Pennsylvania. Whether you prefer a traditional or very contemporary design, upgrading your kitchen or bathroom the Petite way adds value and makes your home more desirable.
For over 50 years, we've helped thousands of satisfied customers make their kitchen or bathroom dreams come true. We invite you to visit our showroom at Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center or call us at 412-279-2222.
You'll see great ways to create the kitchen or bathroom that fits your taste, your lifestyle, and your pocketbook.
Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Celebrate Cinco de Mayo this Sunday morning at 8 during the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market team. Learn all about various fun and mouthwatering Mexican recipes. It's the Coons Cooking Hour, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ziprecruiter.com/free.
PBS Eye on Veterans, presented by University of Maryland Global Campus. This month, we honor the memory of Army Ranger Pat Tillman, who gave up a career in the NFL to fight for our country. Army veteran Bernard Toney reflects on his service in the same area of Afghanistan.
I deployed there just 4.5 months later. So once I got on the ground to what was Lawara at the time and then changed to Bob Tillman, it was one of the things that we talked about before we went out into these missions. You have this, superstar legend that joins the U.S. Army Rangers and deploys and gives his life and sacrifice. But then to just be there on the ground 4.5 months later, fighting the same type of combatants was eye-opening for me.
Catch every episode of 60 Minutes, America's most watched news magazine show, as a podcast. Hear in-depth investigations across politics, news, and entertainment on your schedule. Listen to 60 Minutes wherever you get your podcasts.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sorry about that, folks. I posted a video yesterday from a woman desperate to get someone help. A couple of folks helped downtown. They were ODing from fentanyl, looked like. And it wasn't my intention to exploit them, quite frankly. It was my intention to kind of point out that we just don't have a plan to save them, and we should. We don't have go teams, and we should. There's so many overdoses downtown, that's a fact, that there should be a team ready to arrive on scene within minutes, to save their lives with Narcan if need be, to offer them hospitalization or rehab, and go. Take care of it and move on. For various reasons. Number one, we want to save lives. Number two, we want to clean up downtown. Number three, we want to act like human beings. And the wife of the young man who was ODing, his name's Christopher, reached out to me a few minutes ago. She hasn't seen him since October. She thought he was dead. And she has 3 kids, and she's crying, and she wants me to find him and wants to know if he's alive. But Tina has a different take about drug use and folks who are addicted. I have a family member that has been Narcaned many times. Narcan literally saves lives when you're overdosing. He doesn't want to help himself, yet taxpayer dollars continue to be used. I firmly believe 1 Narcan. Then she says, tattoo the folks that have been Narcaned once. If it happens again, do not Narcan them. Let them die. Let them die. I know it sounds cruel. No, you're a hate-filled SOB. But they continue to pass the drugs on to others, some too young to make adult decisions. And this is as good as it gets in our town. Bethany Hallam, good morning.
Good morning, Marty. How are you?
I'm kind of sick over this, honestly.
Yeah.
I find it, are these people serious, Bethany?
Which people? The people who are
this woman wants her
spewing the hate, or
this woman wants her family member dead because he used Narcan too much. Put a tattoo on him. He's labeled. The hell with him. Let him die. Are they serious?
Oh yeah, I've heard that narrative before. I mean, we hear Narcan. People should be limited to Narcanning once. We hear it with abortion. People should be allowed to get an abortion, but only one. I mean, it is just people who are trying to excuse their views, their hateful behavior. I mean, if you have to Narcan someone 2,000 times, and then after that 2,000th time, they stop getting high, they get their life together, they get a job, they get their kids back, they're doing well, those 2,000 Narcans were worth it every single time.
Hell yeah.
Every single time.
Bethany Hallam speaks from experience. You were addicted to drugs for what, 8 years?
10 years. This summer, I will have 8 years since the last time I put a needle in my arm. So I celebrate that date every year.
Did you know? Are you aware of this kind of hatred? Don't pay for Narcan. They're tax dollars. Let these people get clean on your own. Don't spend another nickel on them. Are you aware that people feel this way?
Oh my gosh, I see it. I mean, anything I post on social media, it's almost every other comment is somebody saying something about that, even if it's completely unrelated to what the post contains, because I have been open about my previous drug use.
So here's a guy. Don't spend another penny on Narcan. So 100,000 Americans died last year. How about this guy?
Let's kill more.
Let's kill more. How about this guy? People should sue him.
Bothers me the most. And first of all, I want to be clear. These people are not overdosing in this video.
Right.
That's not what overdosing looks like. These people are nodding off. They're just very high. Okay. So could they have overdosed off the same drugs? Absolutely. But I just want to be clear that that's not what overdosing looks like. Right. But again, who are they hurting, right? I don't see anybody who is being harmed by these two people who are very high in public. But if people don't want to see that, then I agree that people should have a safe place to go that has a health-forward approach to people who are actively using drugs. Overdose prevention centers are the solution.
Why don't we have a go team? Why isn't there a Narcan team? Why can't someone show up there in 35 seconds and say, you need rehab or you need to go here, we need to help you here? Why?
Well, I mean, sure, Marty, that'd be great, but it's a big city. Why not instead have a place where that immediate response exists, a place that people can go? They know they're not going to get diseases from using drugs. They know they're not going to overdose from using drugs. Social workers who are there to help connect them to not just rehab, but also other social services and mental health supports. It could be a single place that we have that people go to. Right. And keeps people alive while connecting them with help so that when they are ready, that help is inherently there for them and ready to go. Having a go team, I mean, I love that idea, but how many people would you have to have that can cover the whole city or the whole county or the whole Commonwealth? I mean, it's better to just have a place that people can go and is humane and they can use safely there.
Honestly, these folks don't want to pay for any more Narcan, so they're saying die. Die. Are they not?
Oh, yeah, that is what they say, and that is how a majority of people who espouse those beliefs actually believe. And to be honest, I know people who used to think like that, and then addiction hit their family in a very personal way that changed their mindset. But I have to admit, I also do know people that addiction hit their family, and they still have this hateful viewpoint towards people who use drugs. But think about it. If your drug of choice is alcohol, you have a place you can go. It's called the bar. If your drug of choice is caffeine, you can go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or any corner store and get your drug of choice. But when it comes to these drugs, we are treating people differently, and they are dying as a result. Hundreds of thousands of people are dying. Our neighbors are dying, and people would rather mock them and wish death upon them than extend them the same benefit that we extend users of other drugs.
No, I wish I could say. I wish I could say you were wrong, but you're not. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you.
Of course.
Bye. I'm sick of it. I find it. I find it to be reprehensible. I find it to be a new low. Cole, go ahead.
Hey, so I actually haven't seen the video, but I do a lot of outreach downtown. I wasn't sure if you guys knew names of these people or anything like that. But
do me a favor.
Yeah.
Email me your info at getmarty@kdkradio.com because I want to reach out to you after the show. I have contact information and everything.
Okay, sounds good, man.
Hold on. So you're out there. Are you sickened when you hear that people would rather have them die than give them Narcan?
Absolutely, because I would be one of the people that would be dead.
Dead.
I would be dead now. If that was our standard of care, I would be dead now, and I wouldn't be able to provide care to other people.
Just let them die, put them in a dumpster, dump them in the river.
I have long thought that for much of the American population, a coffin would be just as good as a bed for homeless people and addicts.
I have to agree with you today, and I'm kind of sad about that, brother. Get Marty at KDKRadio.com. Okay?
Yes, sir. Will do.
Send me your number.
All right.
I hate to agree with him, but he's right.
Pittsburgh CLO has got your map to a summer of musicals. A new season filled with Broadway-caliber musicals across 3 venues. At the Benedum Center, West Side Story, The Color Purple, and Music Man. At the Greer Cabaret Theater, Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill, and Young Frankenstein. At the Byam Theater, Seussical. You're on the road to a summer of musical memories. Tickets to all shows now on sale. Visit pittsburghclo.org.
It's been 2 years since I bought Nest Expressions window fashions in Wexford. Nest Expressions specializes in Hunter Douglas blinds. Today to chat, 724-933-5500.
Hi, I'm Lynn Hayes Freeland. And if you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Visit aetnamedicare.com/KDKA today.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Medicare Solutions Studios.
Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Partly cloudy and 76 at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A 17-year-old boy has been arrested in the shooting death of a 15-year-old last week in McKees Rocks. News Radio KDK's Rob Taylor has more.
Police say 17-year-old Delvin Johnson was arrested Friday afternoon, hundreds of miles away in Orlando, Florida. He's now facing multiple charges, including criminal homicide, aggravated assault, and illegal possession of a firearm. Police believe he shot 15-year-old Asan Edwards multiple times while Edwards was near 3rd Street Park in McKees Rocks back on April 20th. Community members, including teachers and students, held a vigil for Edwards on Thursday at the Still Rocks High School football field. Meanwhile, Johnson is awaiting extradition back to Allegheny County. Rob Taylor, News Radio, KDK.
2 young men facing charges in a deadly shooting in Washington County turned themselves into state police Sunday. Kayron Whitlock and Wendell Barfield Jr. are accused of killing 18-year-old Annalea Wilkerson earlier this month and wounding another girl on Jolly School Road. Investigators say the suspects knew the victims, and both men are facing homicide and other charges. Family and friends mourning the loss of Caitlin Woolery gathered Sunday to celebrate the teen's life at a vigil. Shannon Harden was there and talked with KDKA TV.
And it's just like so hard. She was a baby. She had so much life to live.
Harden was among the people who released balloons at the property where Caitlin's body was found earlier this month. She had been missing since Thanksgiving until investigators received a tip and located her remains. Fayette County's district attorney is hopeful that the charges will be filed in this case. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 116 points at 38,356. The Nasdaq is up 69 and the S&P up 20 points. KDKA Radio News Time 10:31. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Rob Pratt with John from New Flow Men's Health. John, we all know how brutal ED is, and it can really take a toll in so many ways.
Absolutely true, Rob. Your performance in the bedroom is one thing, but you have zero confidence, your relationship suffers, you know it, and she knows it too.
And pills and injections don't work, and they all have dangerous side effects, right?
That's correct. At New Flow, our technology allows you to overcome your ED issues, thus restoring your natural function long term.
So if you want to eliminate your ED issues, call New Flow, 412-784-9000, 412-784-9000, or visit them at newflowmenshealth.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Get more for your valuables by coming to Treasure Hunt. Whether you're buying or selling gold and silver jewelry or coins, diamonds, sterling silver, or collectible coins, our friendly, well-trained staff is always ready to help. No appointment necessary. Stop in today and experience the Treasure Hunt difference for yourself. Visit our website at treasurehuntjewelry.com to find one of our 10 convenient locations. Treasure Hunt. No one treats you better.
Life-changing medicine is happening every day at UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute.
We have the luxury to be bold, to continue to be pioneers in the world for innovative heart care.
We are the place of discovery. Literally, the world experts in cardiac care are in this institution. By combining technology, research, and the latest innovations, patients from all over the world come to UPMC.
Because of the expertise that exists here at UPMC, it allows us to take on patients that have been turned down in other centers.
We offer unique heart procedures that you cannot get anywhere else. One of our founding mantras is that compassion has to be at the forefront of everything that we do.
From leading the region in cardiac procedures to being the only center in the state to offer integrated women's health and heart care, UPMC is pioneering life-changing cardiac care every day. Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
On the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. Ellie, what's up?
Marty, an accident has just been reported in Penn Hills. This is on Frankstown near Eveline Street. Also, emergency crews have finally cleared the multi-vehicle accident from earlier this morning on Route 28 inbound, and traffic is moving along nicely as you make your way into the city. Over the inbound Parkway East, traffic builds at Forest Hills due to an accident near Edgewood, and it looks like the right shoulder has emergency vehicles, and cars are slowing near the Edgewood exit. And the Parkway West is finally moving along nicely as you head down Banksville to the Fort Pitt tunnels. In South Urbane Township, moving road work has begun on I-79 northbound between the Meadowlands and the Rest Area Way Station, and there is a lane restriction. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be quite warm for the afternoon hours. Sunshine mixing with clouds, high 85. Partly cloudy tonight, though 62. Clouds, limited sun, and not as warm tomorrow with a couple of showers and a heavier thunderstorm, high 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I was downtown last week on the streets. There were 3 homeless folks. This is kind of ripping at me because I know a bunch of business people who have been just jacked by having all the homeless folks and the drug-addicted folks downtown, and I completely get it. It destroyed my friend Dennis's business at Wiener World, honestly. Scared the hell out of his wife. Folks were defecating and urinating and vomiting. People died on their doorstep. They were robbed at gunpoint, fist fights, threats. And they've been there for years. And the overdoses and threats and damage and crap, literally fecal matter, they're moving. They said to hell with it. And they gave up on, quite frankly, on Stanwyck Street. And they said to hell with all of you, and they're leaving. They surrendered to it. My friend Yuri, who I love, has a pizza joint right next door. He said they had 3 overdoses in one day last week. He shot me pictures of the bodies. And I posted this video of this couple that was nodding off and trying to get them some help yesterday, and everybody just ripped into them. And the 3 homeless folks that I saw last week on the streets, 2 of them had gaping wounds on their feet. open, gaping wounds. And they passed out against space heaters in tents. Now, you would say they shouldn't be high to pass out. Well, you suck. They're human beings. A woman had a spider bite, recluse spider bite on her leg. She's homeless. And if it went untreated, it would get infected. She could die. And you folks don't give a crap. I get it that you hate them. I get it that they're annoying. And when I was down there, they threatened us, but they were high. My problem is the problem, that there's no solution. It's just move them down the road. What they've started doing now is this aggressive landscaping, this aggressive architecture, hostile they call it, so that the homeless can't sleep somewhere. They put up trees, they put in sand dunes, they put park benches no one can sleep on. And look, I get it. It's ruining downtown. Fact. But is the plan to just push them into the river and hope they drown? Seems like it. Nan, go ahead. Thanks for your patience.
You know, Marty, you can enable people to death.
Yeah.
You don't give alcohol. I'm so upset with Bethany. I can hardly speak. Yeah. My blood pressure. There is no consequences for behavior anymore.
Yeah.
You want those people, you know, the anti-Jews, out of the tents, and they should be.
Yeah.
They're against the law. People are homeless, they've told me, by choice. I've worked with the people, and I can tell you some of them would rather panhandle and drink themselves and shoot themselves up to death than get a job.
So you'd rather have them die than help them? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but...
No, I'd rather they have... No, I don't want to enable people to the point that we kill them anyway.
Yeah.
You know, if you buy them drugs, they overdose. I believe you can help somebody a couple times, and then you let them go.
What's the limit?
God, they used to tell me, get off the cross, man.
What's the
because
limit?
You can't save everybody.
What's the limit on how many times you can send someone to rehab?
3 strikes are out.
2. 3, you die.
Yes.
3, you die.
You have to grow up.
Yeah.
And you have to put your big pants on and your big girl pants on and take consequences. Even in nature, Marty, there is consequences for behavior. And we have snuffed that out.
I know.
The progressives have stopped arresting people.
Take a breath.
Yes.
I have friends that have been through alcohol rehab 8 times. Should we have let them die at number 3? Nan, I'm waiting.
I'm telling you. I've talked to people. I've worked with these people, too. I've been to jail to help these people. And they tell me it's a choice.
So the judge that I know that's had rehab 7 times, let him die?
Well, maybe number 8, he dies. But I'm telling you, you have to make a choice, Marty. Do you not think adults may have to make a choice? That's what's wrong with kids today. They have parents that don't give them consequences. And we have a whole generation growing up with no morals.
So, Nan,
yes.
My daughter gets addicted to fentanyl because she was injured and ran out of drugs, prescription pharmaceuticals. After I pay for rehab 3 times, I let her die. Is that what you're saying, my daughter?
No, it's your daughter. You take responsibility for your daughter. Why doesn't Biden close the border and stop the fentanyl, the drugs coming across, the guns coming across, the criminals coming across? Why don't all you people, you good doers, you call like I have, and 3 or 4 times and said, close the border?
Curtis, go ahead. Wow.
Since we talk.
Yes, ma'am.
Curtis from the north side.
Yes, you, brother.
Hey, you too, brother. But at least we still here kicking after what we've been through.
Right on.
1, Your bicycle trails are where the homeless used to stay at. I grew up as a little kid playing on this riverbank. That's where the homeless stayed, down there by the river on the railroad tracks. When they tore those out, that's when they start showing up in the city. Not that they wasn't up in the city, but not in the numbers they are. And as far as the junkies and the heroin folks letting them die, I'd like to let some of you people know some of your greatest inventions in the world were created by alcoholics, junkies, drug addicts. You look up at the history of some of your history people in your history books, they were addicts.
We had 990,000 people. Hold on, man. We had 990,000 people die since 1999 from drug overdoses. And that woman who just called Nan thinks give him 3 shots and let him die, brother. 1 million people.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that would have been my brother that gave me my name when I was born from my mother. He was a heroin addict when he died.
I remember.
And I can't let that happen. Hey, read your Bible. I don't think Jesus would have let it happen that way as you profess to be a Christian. Now, I ain't putting nobody's religion down.
No, I'm with you. Thanks, brother.
But that's what it says. Hey, glad to hear your voice, Marty.
Thanks,
Talk to you. Have a good one.
Here's my thing. And I know you don't want to hear someone quoting Bethany Hallam, but I don't really give a damn. If I have to send someone to rehab 23 times to save their life, I'm sending them to rehab 23 times. If that makes me a bad guy, then I'm a son of a bitch. And that's as good as it gets. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, Ellie, you're the best.
Well, Larry, looking out there on the roadways, it looks pretty good. We don't have any major backups to report. Parkway East is looking good. Parkway West is looking good. Route 28 is clear from the traffic accident this morning. And over on I-79 northbound, we're seeing slow traffic moving around the S-Bend due to construction. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Paid for by government. A secret hoard of 1907 $10 gold Liberty coins has been found. These gorgeous 1907p gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 100 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling the secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1907 gold Liberty struck at the iconic Philadelphia Mint. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1907 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 117 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-574-6468. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus, a $50 value free with every order. Call 1-800-574-6468 now to secure your 1907p $10 gold Liberty coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-574-6468.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. The NFL draft is behind us and your favorite team is now gearing up for week number 1. The free Odyssey app puts you right in the middle of the pro football conversation with the biggest sports radio stations from across the country. The local voices who know your team the best, giving you their unfiltered takes on the current state of your squad. It's always football season on the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY. Download it today.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing company.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends, weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
As you know, I've had cancer treatment. The chemotherapy radiation jacked up my balance, big time. Got to hold on to railings, up and down stairs, feel uneasy doing any sort of hiking. I've even fallen a few times. I need help. I found it. I'm serious. Physical, Phyzical, game-changing physical therapy. one-on-one patient treatment. At Physical, they're experts in dizziness and balance disorders, knee and back pain, cutting-edge technology. Physical, 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert, and I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-790-1400. 800-790-1400.
Oops. Ever had your singing lessons cut short by icy water?
I'm sorry, honey.
Say goodbye to those cold notes with Navien tankless water heaters. With Navien, you'll hit all the right notes without the surprise chill. So keep singing and let Navien keep the hot water flowing. And get ready for the encore when you get your utility bill. Navien tankless water heaters. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Look, NASCO just isn't my roofer. It's the Griffin family roofer. Check this out. Fixed my brother's roof. Boom. My sister had a massive problem. Sandy. Fixed her roof. Boom. We had a problem. On it in a day. Fixed our roof. Boom. Look, folks, they're professional. They guarantee their work. They're the passionate Pittsburgh roofer. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000. NASCO rocks.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Kelly from Colorado asks, I was recently hired as a nanny and I'm saving 25% of my pay for taxes, but I was wondering if there's anything I should be writing off. I drive to the location, which is 25 miles one way, and I use my cell phone for keeping in touch with the parents during the day. Is there anything else I should keep track of or maintain receipts for? Well, Kelly, kudos to you for being organized and prepared. Tracking all of your expenses related to the job is exactly what you should be doing in order to be organized for next tax season.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And make sure to cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
No, I don't think it's a bad thing. We should give people illegal drugs. It's because I like her passion, the fight she has in her. Of course not. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. But do I believe that we should have go teams downtown to help folks who are ODing? Yeah, I do. Do I think we should give folks the choice of rehab and or jail? Yeah, I do. Do I think we should allow folks to overdose and wander around high in PPG Place? Hell no. Under no circumstance. No way. No way in hell. Along those same lines, these demonstrations, I'll get to your calls in a second, folks. Hang in there. My sources are telling me that they're going to clear out, or that these protesters in Shenley Plaza who have tents, my sources are telling me that they've agreed to leave peacefully, take their tents down anyway, at noon. My sources tell me that they made this arrangement with Pittsburgh Police on Friday. My sources tell me that if they don't do that at noon, then we're going to see a different plan. But let me say this. I would much rather have a peaceful ending to what ends up being a peaceful protest than have folks being manhandled, screaming and yelling, and making these protesters martyrs. Because all the cops are trying to do is the right thing and to do their job, and it ain't easy. So that's what I'm told. At 12, these protesters that have tents are agreed to take down their tents because they're breaking the law. I posted this video over the weekend not to exploit these folks who are nodding off. There was deep concern they were overdosing. And why can't we get them immediate help? And your answer was, to hell with them, let them die. I can't do that. Only because I have friends that I have taken to rehab at least a dozen times, and now they're alive, and now they're flourishing. And I can't imagine letting them die after 3 rehabs. Or the woman that thinks that her relative should have a tattoo on his forehead, scarlet letter, in essence, that I'm a junkie, I had Narcan once, don't Narcan me again, let me die. Makes me sad. Mike, go ahead.
Hey, Marty.
What's up?
Yeah, your discussion is so difficult because people want to just be a Monday morning quarterback and they want to tell people exactly what they're supposed to do, and they don't understand the whole process. And as I think about it, we've talked about this stuff for years. This isn't something new.
Oh no.
And if we probably look at the percentage, it probably stays around the same.
Probably.
You know?
You're right.
And when we sit back and think, where have we failed? You know, where have we failed as a society, as a school, you know, process, as just nurturing? Where are we failing? You know? And that's what I think we should be searching for.
But I also don't think, Mike, I don't think, Mike, you would let someone you love die.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wouldn't let someone I just became acquainted with die in lieu of somebody that I love.
Right.
I mean, these people that say this, let them push the button at the end of the day.
Well,
okay?
That's a great way to put it, man. I just couldn't do it, and I can't manage the pain. I can't understand the hatred of someone. I've done probably 15 interventions. Yeah. Some of my closest friends, actually, and family members. Holly, go ahead. Thanks for holding. Go ahead, Holly.
Oh, thank you so much. I just wanted to respond to that woman. I am a recovering alcoholic, and she treats the alcoholics and drug addicts and blaming them, and it's a disease.
It is.
And when you're actively drinking or using drugs, you can't think cognitively.
You can't. You're right.
It is something gets skewered up, and for me, it was years of emotions. I just dumped them down in me, and the trauma, and it all came to a head where I was trying to find relief, and I chose alcohol. It's not a choice.
No.
Yeah, and I even if you actively ask a drug addict jail or treatment, they may not comprehend what's going on. I think people have got to stop looking at alcoholism and drug addiction as something
choice.
that as a choice.
Right on. Fantastic call. I can't help but think of the note I got from Sarah this morning. That's the father, the man nodding off in the video. His name is Christopher. That's the father of her 3 children, and she hasn't heard from him since October. And she thinks he's dead. And she wants me to help find him so that she can have peace. And so his 13-year-old son will know how his father is, for those of you who think that we should let him die. Good luck with that. Holly, quickly, my friend.
Yes.
Quickly.
Another thing is, my father-in-law was a diabetic, and they get into the situation where they're either in shock or coma.
Yep.
But it's an aggressive sort of thing where they fight like bears. And
what would people suggest? What would people suggest with diabetics who are diabetic because of weight issues? Would they suggest that we deny them insulin? What would people suggest if folks that have lung cancer from smoking cigarettes? You know that's their fault too. Should we deny them chemotherapy and radiation because they smoke cigarettes? Same thing, right? Right? Same thing.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John and Maggie Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window company for over 46 years. When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting the expertise and attention to detail that has made our company a customer favorite for decades.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows. They're the strongest, longest lasting, best insulating windows you can buy. They're way better than vinyl.
Now, during our 46th anniversary sale, save 30% and get 18-month no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms. Visit us at metropolitanwindows.com or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Free Odyssey app. Medicare Solution Studios.
Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Partly cloudy and 78. It's 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The week started with the arrests of 2 protesters Sunday for trespassing at Pitt. They were reportedly setting up a tent at the time. Meantime, the encampment that was supposed to be vacated over the weekend remains in Shenley Park. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the latest in this live report.
Thanks, Paul. Things continue to remain quiet here at Shenley Plaza, where student protesters called on the University of Pittsburgh to make a public statement condemning the genocide in Gaza. Ileana Sarbaji, organizer with Pitt Apartheid Divest, tells KDKA Radio how disappointed she is with Chancellor Gable.
They don't really make any change in the policy to, to make sure that their students, to make an inclusive environment for their students.
Paul, no statement from the university as of yet. However, sources are telling me that demonstrators are expected to vacate the area by later today. And by the looks of it now, that just might be the case. Reporting live from Shenley Plaza, Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
12th Congressional District Representative Summer Lee was a guest Sunday on Face the Nation and commented on the college protests. Lee has called for a ceasefire in Gaza, something she says the protesters want as well.
The essential thing that they are fighting for, and they believe and they feel like our government can do more.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said what's happening on America's college campuses is horrific. He calls the protesters anti-Semitic mobs. 11. That's how many sets of twins are graduating from Norman High School this year. News Radio KDK's Susie Cool has their story.
While 11 sets of twins all graduating from the same high school in the same year is definitely a unique experience, it's also one that Principal Dr. Michael Chobe is thankful to have gone through with the families.
These 11 families were still, willing to trust us with their children. We've hopefully done them right in terms of academics and their college and career pathway and their, athletics and art and all those different areas.
While these students are twins, that's where a lot of their similarities end. Some siblings are choosing to attend the same colleges after graduation, while others are deciding to forge their own paths. Susie Cool, News Radio, KDKA.
Oklahoma was hit by severe weather and several tornadoes over the weekend. Reporter Addie Crawford was in Sulphur, about 70 miles south of Oklahoma City.
The sheriff's office in Murray County, they tell News 9 downtown Sulphur took a direct hit. Several homes, structures damaged, including the town's post office.
The tornado also destroyed downtown buildings and sheared the roofs off houses across a 15-block radius. In Sulphur, statewide, 4 people were killed in the storms. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 76 points at 38,315. The NASDAQ is up 53. The S&P ahead 14 points. KDKA Sports, the Giants got by the Pirates 3-2 on Sunday to win the series. Bailey Falter is tonight's starter versus the A's. You can catch the game on 93.7 The Fan at 9:40. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. For your perfect new roof and a lifetime warranty, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. Time to get your bathroom remodeled with Rebath. Schedule your free in-home design and quote today with Rebath. It's partly sunny.
Paul Alexander here with
And 78 in Pittsburgh. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Greg, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Or without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Hi, Paul Alexander here with a challenge. A challenge might not be the best choice of words, so let's say an opportunity. Take the opportunity to lose 40 by the 4th with Awaken 180. Has a different ring to it when you have a finish line, doesn't it? 40 by the 4th. Maybe you looked at the scale this morning and it read 240 pounds. How about it reading 200 by the 4th of July? Maybe the scale says 300. Wouldn't the 260 number be a little nicer on your eyes and on your knees? It's attainable if you have the same results we all had with Awaken 180. I dropped 35 pounds in just 6 weeks. There's no reason you can't drop 40 by the 4th. Ring Independence Day in healthy, confident, and most importantly, feeling happy. You reached your goal with the help of Awaken 180. So crack open your beverage of choice and roast up the dogs because the weight's staying off thanks to the free support for life. For the Pittsburgh location or the at-home program, reserve your consult online at awaken180weightloss.com.
From PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Graphic Center. Ellie, good morning.
Good morning, Marty. Looking out at the Cordell and Cordell traffic cams, roadways are looking good with no accidents on them. The Parkway West is moving along with just a little slowdown as you near Banksville to the Fort Pitt tunnels. And over on the Parkway East, it's slowing as you near Swissville. In Union Township, Washington County, road work has begun on 88 in both directions between Brownsville Exit Road and Summers Lane. So look for lane restrictions there. And in Beaver County on the Turnpike westbound highway, road work has begun between Cranberry and Beaver Valley, and the left lane is closed. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
KDKA AccuWeather Forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Feeling more a bit like summer this afternoon with sunshine and some clouds and a high of 85, then partly cloudy and mild tonight, though 62. Clouds and limited sun tomorrow with a couple of showers, even a gusty thunderstorm in places, high 74. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, Pittsburgh, it's Kiki Brown, Pretty Kitty on your radio. And if you're living with sickle cell disease, we want to help you get the health care that you need. June 19th is World Sickle Cell Day and Juneteenth. And sickle cell predominantly affects those of African heritage, and there are 5,000 people living with sickle cell in Pennsylvania. If you don't regularly see your doctor, you could be at risk for stroke or other complications. There are new therapies available, and Pennsylvania Sickle Cell Providers networks of hospitals and community organizations are working together to help you get care and community-based services. Also, UPMC and the Children's Sickle Cell Foundation provide quality care and support for children and adults with sickle cell. If you or someone you know has sickle cell, call 1-855-SICKLE-8. That's 855-742-5538 to get care and community support near you. Again, the number is 855-742-5538. Start your journey to living well with sickle cell today.
Hey, this is Lisa. It has been 2 unbelievable years since I bought Nest Expressions Window Fashions in Wexford. I have been doing what I love best, draperies and blinds for every type of home and every budget. 724-933-5500.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
What's up? It's Marty. I'm here to say. Your story. Or don't. I don't care. Yeah, I do care, actually. That's my thing. I have 2 daughters. I would jump in front of a train to pick up their purse. I would die for them right now. And they have dances, prom, middle school dances, high school dances, college dances. My daughter's in a sorority at Pitt. It's a big damn deal. Dress, hair, nails, all of it. I love it, man. It's magic. And to jack with a young woman's dream, and to jack her around at a dance, and to jack with her dreams, and to act like total asses in the process, makes me sick. Seriously. This story grates on me. And when something grates on me, I don't just sit there and fume, I take action. So, I'm getting lawyers lined up, player lawyers, to fight this fight for a 14-year-old girl who got jacked around by idiots. Hi, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Who do we have?
Good morning.
We have...
This is Daisha and Michaela.
Aw. Well, you heard how angry I am, right?
Oh, yeah, along with a whole group of parents.
All right, so, Mom, I know 14-year-olds don't love being on talk radio. So, Mom, lay this out for me, what happened and why I'm so incensed and why we're taking action here. Tell our listeners what the hell went down.
Okay, so my daughter switched from Burgettstown High School to a cyber charter school 1 month ago, at which time she had asked them if she was still going to be allowed to participate in a spring fling dance, in which she was told yes. Her friend from the school bought her ticket and informed the ticket seller who that ticket was for, so they knew my daughter would be coming to the school dance.
Right.
We get the dress, we get the shoes, we do the hair. She buys the ticket. They let her enter the school. They take her ticket. She does professional photography pictures, enjoys the dance with her friends. Almost 2 hours into that dance, the superintendent goes up to my daughter in front of every single person there and tells her that she has to leave and cannot be there.
No.
Yes. In which turn, my daughter starts bawling her eyes out, is humiliated in front of the entire student body that she used to be a part of, which she should still consider be a part of. She's been there since she was in pre-K.
Right on.
She was made to stay outside by herself, away from all her friends, because they would not let her friends go sit with her and leave the school dance. The parent was going to pick all the girls up because they were all together. They were not allowed to leave, so they made my daughter stand outside by herself, crying her eyes out on the phone to me, in which this assistant principal told me I had to direct all questions and concerns to the superintendent.
Like she's a criminal.
Yes.
Jesus.
They acted like they didn't know who she was, that she was causing havoc, which she was not. She was adhering to their school conduct. She was participating in a social event that the school is supposed to provide cyber charter school students, because cyber charter schools do not provide that opportunity for them for socialization.
Can you put her on the phone real quick?
Yes. Hello.
Hi, Michaela. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I cannot imagine, because I was talking to your mom there, but I have 2 daughters, and I don't want to punch someone in the face if they did that to my daughter. This had to hurt you bad, did it not?
It definitely did.
Tell me how it went down. I mean, how they grabbed you, what they said.
I felt a tap on my shoulder. I was dancing with my friends. She told me that I have to come out to the hallway, and she told me I'm technically not a student at Burgettstown, and I have to go get my stuff. I told her my mom could have picked me up, my dad couldn't, and she told me either way I have to get a ride and leave. Even if I had no way to leave, I had to leave either way. So she told me to go in and get my stuff. I had to go talk to my friend, have her dad pick me up, and then I had to go outside.
This had to tear you up.
Yeah, definitely.
Were you crying?
Yeah.
It hurts like hell. Right?
Yeah.
Embarrassing too, right?
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a lot of kids still talking about it.
Mom?
Yeah.
Who the hell thinks this way? Who does this to a teenage girl? No, really.
I wish I knew and understood. Apparently, this is something that has happened multiple times around the United States, which I think is insane because the further I kept digging, the more I see that this is more of a problem than nobody hears about this. And I refuse to let this happen to my daughter. She's an amazing student. She has done everything and worked just as hard as all those students there. They're going against their own handbook, and I don't care what they consider an extracurricular activity. It is building social relationships. It is outside of school hours. That is board approved. That is an extracurricular activity.
Hey, Patrick.
She's allowed to go and do sports and be at that school. That is no different.
Hell yeah.
It's no different at all.
1 second. My partner here at Get Marty is Patrick, and I talked to Phil DeLucente about this. This is pretty clear, this stuff. Is it not, man?
It is, but it's not the first time we've heard these problems.
Yeah.
A lot of these districts don't want to recognize the cyber charters for some reason.
She was
And
there for
exclude
2
them.
hours, bro.
I know. That's even more shocking. She was there for 2 hours, and then they tell her she can't stay.
And by their own regs, if I'm in cyber school, I'm allowed to be on any sports teams and extracurricular activities. Is that not true, Michaela? Right?
Yeah.
So what the hell they do here? When did they change their mind 2 hours in? Do you know even what happened? How this went
I have
down?
no idea. I was on the list for the Queen and King and Prince, all that. And there was multiple people that came up to me and said they voted for me. I was like, oh, that's very nice, thank you. But I don't know how the superintendent found out because he wasn't there. And I have a feeling one of the people there probably had to email him to see if I was allowed because otherwise I have no idea.
Come on, man. Mom, can you hang on?
Yeah.
All right, hold on for a few minutes. Disgusting. Weird stuff. On the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. Ellie, good morning.
Our roadways are looking good with no accidents to report. The Parkway West looks good as you make your way down Banksville or the Fort Pitt tunnels, and over on the Parkway East, it shows no delays as you head into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. In South Park Township, though, we do have road work on Route 88 in both directions at Brownsville Road, and there will be delays and disruptions. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the West of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Look, NASCO just isn't my roofer. It's the Griffin family roofer. Check this out. Fixed my brother's roof. Boom. My sister had a massive problem. Sandy. Fixed her roof. Boom. We had a problem. On it in a day. Fixed our roof. Boom. Look, folks, they're professional. They guarantee their work. They're the passionate Pittsburgh roofer. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000. NASCO rocks.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on. That's right. You don't have to bend down and you don't have to touch them. which is why people can't stop talking.
After trying Skechers slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
So how do hands-free Skechers slip-ins work? It's like they have an invisible built-in shoe horn so your foot slides into place. Then our heel pillow keeps your foot comfy and secure. And slip-ins are for the whole family, men, women, and kids, in all your favorite Skechers styles.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
I went hands-free with Skechers slip-ins, and I'm never going back.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Your local 8 Coons Market grocery stores are just the right size for everything you need.
Coons isn't too big where you get lost searching for items.
And it's not too small. Coons provides thousands of the most popular items in every Coons store.
Coons customer service is just right as well.
With friendly and knowledgeable Coons team members at each store to make sure your shopping experience is just right.
Coons prices will make you feel more than all right. This week, you'll find
assorted varieties of Turkey Hill drinks, 1-gallon jugs, 2 for $6. In the Coons Bakery, freshly baked large Kaiser rolls, 8-count package, just $3.50 each. And selected varieties of Gia Russa pasta, 60-ounce packages, 5 for $5.
Great savings.
Coons Markets offers a shopping experience that is just right, and with savings you can see on your Coons Rewards card.
Shop at one of Coons' 8 store locations or shop online at coonsmarket.com for convenient curbside pickup.
Coons Market,
a Pittsburgh tradition.
Traffic jams, tailgating, pile-ups. Oh, the joys of driving. How could it get worse? The federal government wants to have a say in what you drive. That's right. The Biden administration's EPA is pushing mandates that would ban 2 out of every 3 vehicles on the road today. Don't let Washington become your backseat driver. Protect the freedom of driving your way. Visit EnergyCitizens.org. Paid for by the American Petroleum Institute.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
What's up? It's Marty. I'm here to stay. 11 to 2. Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. There's a lot of animus, quite frankly. And Patrick, you know this, between city schools and charter schools. Because what happens is tens of thousands of parents are yanking their kids from traditional schools, right? Right. They send them to charter schools, and they have to pay for it. So there's this animus. However, by law, my kid's in a cyber charter school. My kid's allowed to do sports and extracurricular activities at that school that they're no longer going to. That's a fact, Jack. That's fair, right, ladies? That's actually the truth, right?
Yes.
This is Michaela and her wonderful mom. Is it Daisha? Am I saying this right?
Yes, that's correct.
And has she done extracurricular activities before?
This is the first since she went into cyber school, but before that, I mean, she did every sport there is with that school.
Right.
She was on student council. I mean, she was a star student.
Right. And so now she's at home learning, right?
Yes, correct.
But by their own covenants / law, she's allowed to do anything extracurricular in their own handbook, right?
Correct.
And then she goes to this dance. What night was it? Friday or Saturday?
Saturday.
Saturday. And in the middle of the dance, they yank her out and tell her to go home. She's not allowed to be there. Is that fair?
Correct. Yep.
Michaela, did you do something? Did you punch someone? Did you light the curtains on fire at the dance? Did something happen?
Absolutely not. I was just in a group with my friends doing all the dances we could, took pictures. I didn't do anything wrong.
Mom, what do you want to do here? We got lawyers involved. What do you want from this?
I want all this gray areas and loopholes that these schools try to get away with to keep these kids from being able to still have a social life and keeping them away from things that they should be entitled to if they're putting in just the amount of work. It needs fixed. These kids are a part of your school district, whether you like it or not. We pay school taxes.
You do.
She's a part of your school district. I don't care what charter school she's with. She's in PA. We are in Burgettstown School District. You're responsible to provide her anything that her school is not.
Mom, read the extracurricular activities rules that you sent me regarding extracurricular activities. Read the facts.
It says, extracurricular activities support the concept of student organizations for such purposes as building social relationships, developing interest in a specific area, gaining understanding of elements and responsibilities of good citizenship. Extracurricular activities are programs that are sponsored or approved by the board and are conducted wholly or partly outside the regular school day and are equally available to all students who voluntarily elect to participate. All students participating in extracurricular activities must adhere to the Code of Student Conduct. Charter students may participate in extracurricular activities as long as the student is a resident of the Burgettstown School District. The charter or cyber school does not provide the same extracurricular activity or interscholastic athletic program, and the student fulfills all eligibility criteria required for participation in, which she does.
And that includes dance.
Correct. It's a social event, social interaction with adults, with students. Why would you want to take that away?
And they're treating you like a criminal, telling you what? Reach out to the lawyers for the school.
I was the only person I have heard back from the school. I've sent multiple emails to the principal, to the superintendent himself. The only response I have gotten back is, please direct any of your questions to the superintendent, who has yet to get back to me.
Wow. What's the superintendent's name?
Stephen Puskar?
Puskar.
Yes.
Michaela,
Yeah.
what do you want to happen, young lady?
I want to basically be allowed and have everyone, like, be able to enjoy a social event and go have time and interaction with others at a school dance.
I'd like an apology.
Yeah, definitely apology, too, for having to make me cry on that night, having me sit outside, waiting for not letting my friends come sit outside with me, just basically being alone.
It was all handled very
ridiculous,
inappropriately, and it just wasn't handled correctly at all.
She was
Nor
handled
should it have even been a problem.
She was handled like a criminal. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Obnoxious. So, I've got Phil DeLacente involved. Fantastic lawyer, and we're right in the middle of this, okay? Trust me on this. All right, ladies. Thanks for the truth. All right?
Thank you. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
All right. We'll get to the bottom of it. I find it. I think it's disgusting. I think it's classless. I think it's obnoxious. I think it's unprofessional. What else? Patrick, they're in the middle of the damn dance, brother. They're 2 hours in.
Ridiculous.
And they go up and throw this little girl out.
They should be ashamed.
They should be ashamed. Treating her like a criminal. Seriously. And for all you say, wah, who cares? I care. That's all she needs to know is I care. I care. And I promise you this school district will explain and apologize. Fast. No one wants any money. No one's suing anyone. All they want is the rights and access to any other tax-paying family with students has. Right? Right? All we want. What's the producer? My man, what's up? Come on.
What?
Tell everyone your name.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
Ryan, what'd you think about that?
I mean, it sounds just ridiculous, honestly, that they would even think to do that.
You're a young guy. How old?
I am 22.
If this happened to you in high school at a dance, you would have been ashamed and
Yeah.
humiliated, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it would have been ridiculous. It's the sort of thing that will stay with her, I'm sure, for a really long time.
I completely agree. It's actually shameful. They should be embarrassed. And again, we're not trying to get money. We're not suing anybody. We don't want anyone fired. We want an apology.
You just want to make it right.
Right, Ryan?
Yeah.
All right, brother. Thank you. Boom.
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first steps, or when we recorded his soccer games on VHS tapes. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families have used Legacy Box to digitally preserve their old home movies and photos.
Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, few things are as important as protecting your precious memories. Give your mom a Mother's Day present she'll never forget. Legacy Box is offering a 60% discount. Order yours today and take advantage of our best Mother's Day sale ever. Visit legacybox.com/value, and for a limited time, get an incredible 60% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value for 60% off. legacybox.com/value.
This is attorney Craig Fishman. Injured? Our fee is only 25%, not 40% like other firms. Call us at 888-98-TWINS for a free consultation. Shenarovich, and Fishman. We got your back, not your wallet.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontiers show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
Medicare Solutions Studios.
Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Partly cloudy and 78 at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. After days of no interactions with police, 2 protesters were arrested Sunday for trespassing on the University of Pittsburgh campus. Police officers pushed pro-Palestinian protesters from the lawn next to the Cathedral of Learning back to the street and sidewalk. The 2 persons arrested were reportedly setting up a tent. 12th Congressional District Representative Summer Lee was a guest Sunday on Face the Nation and commented on the college protests. Lee has called for a ceasefire in Gaza. That's something she says the protesters want as well.
That is the central thing that they are fighting for, and they believe and they feel like our government can do more.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said what's happening on America's college campuses is horrific. He calls the protesters anti-Semitic mobs. A 17-year-old boy has been arrested in the shooting death of another teen last week in McKees Rocks. With details on that, here's News Radio KDKA's Rob Taylor.
Police say 17-year-old Delvin Johnson was arrested Friday afternoon, hundreds of miles away in Orlando, Florida. He's now facing multiple charges, including criminal homicide, aggravated assault, and illegal possession of a firearm. Police believe he shot 15-year-old Hassan Edwards multiple times while Edwards was near 3rd Street Park in McKees Rocks back on April 20th. Community members, including teachers and students, held a vigil for Edwards on Thursday at the Still Rocks High School football field. Meanwhile, Johnson is awaiting extradition back to Allegheny County. Rob Taylor, News Radio, KDK.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 84 points at 38,324. The NASDAQ is up 28 points, and the S&P is up 10. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:31. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio, KDKA.
Are you in need of long-term care but overwhelmed by the prospect of how you will afford it? Help is just a phone call away. This is Ben Urso of Zachariah Brown Elder Law Attorneys. We will help you navigate the maze of Medicaid planning, veterans benefits, care advocacy, and asset protection planning, and work with you to help you develop a plan for you or a loved one. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200. That's 724-942-6200. Or visit us at pittsburghelderlaw.com.
Pittsburgh CLO has got your map to a summer of musicals. A new season filled with Broadway caliber musicals across 3 venues. At the Benedum Center, West Side Story, The Color Purple, and Music Man. At the Greer Cabaret Theater, Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill, and Young Frankenstein. At the Byam Theater, Seussical. You're on the road to a summer of musical memories. Tickets to all shows now on sale. Visit pittsburghclo.org.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Pittsburgh, don't use the spring to paint your house. Do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
Rhino Shield ceramic technology is formulated for our unique climate here in Pittsburgh.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. They just didn't leave a mess. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
Backed by a 25-year transferable warranty. And now get the protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Rhino Shield, I think it increases the value and the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again.
Get more for your valuables by coming to Treasure Hunt. Whether you're buying or selling gold and silver jewelry or coins, diamonds, sterling silver, or collectible coins, our friendly, well-trained staff is always ready to help. No appointment necessary. Stop in today and experience the Treasure Hunt difference for yourself. Visit our website at treasurehuntjewelry.com to find one of our 10 convenient locations. Treasure Hunt. No one treats you better.
We're on the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. Ellie, good morning.
Good morning, Marty. Emergency crews are working with an accident on northbound McKnight Road. This is between Ross Park Mall Drive and Patrick Place. Looks like traffic is getting by in the left lane. Over on the Parkway West, it looks good as you make your way down Banksville to the Fort Pitt Tunnels. And on the Parkway East, we show no delays as you head into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. On Route 88 in South Park Township, road work has begun in both directions at Brownsville Road, so there will be delays. And on I-79 northbound, we are seeing slow-moving traffic around S Bend due to construction. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will be very warm as sunshine mixes with clouds. Our high 85, then partly cloudy tonight, those 62. Tomorrow, variable cloudiness with a couple of showers and a heavier thunderstorm around, the high 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Angie, hang in there for a minute. I'll grab you. Hang in there, callers. I wanted to mention something important. My friend died on Saturday night. Bob Meinert. Voted most like my father of any man I've ever known. My father is a unicorn. 1 in a billion. And I miss my father every day. Bob is the best cop I've ever known. He was the best private investigator I've ever known. I swear, I texted him 1,000 times. I swear. He helped find missing kids. caught up in sex trafficking. He solved unsolved murders. He was a magnificent father. Magnificent. He fought, I think, prostate cancer, I think, for almost 15 years. Seriously. Like a warrior man. I love him. I do. He had a boat, pontoon boat on the river, in this cool little house. And he brought my entire family out there. He's 84. He loved chili. Wendy's chili. And as he was fading, he said, to hell with it. And he ate some chili, and he choked and aspirated and ended up hospitalized with pneumonia and passed on Saturday. He was a glorious man. And I cried. Not that you care, but there's certain people that are landmarks in your life, and he was a landmark. He was a unicorn. I love you, Bob. I love your family. Top 5 greatest cops I've ever known in my life. And cops, as you know, are my closest friends. Whatever sometimes, right? Meantime, young girl goes to a school dance in Burgestown. They throw her out. Throw her out. And I don't understand. They said because she's in a charter school, she doesn't qualify to go to the Burgestown school dances, which is a bald-faced lie. That hurt. Angie, go ahead.
Hi, Marty. I wanted to say that my heart goes out to you for your loss. I lost a lot in my life also, too. I've lost my husband, my son, even my house burnt down. I've lost a lot. So my heart goes out to you, and grief is really hard. But that wasn't the reason why I called.
Go ahead.
It was about the girl.
Yes.
What happened to her was horrible, and my heart goes out to her. And I think another caller said that she'll carry that for the rest of her life.
I hope not.
I hope not. I hope not either. But she sounds awesome. Sounds like she's a great character. She just sounds like an awesome person. And,
Straight A student, great kid, great athlete. She got screwed. Look, man, I'm getting Phil DeLucente involved. This is what he does. We don't want money. We want someone to tell this girl we're sorry. Seems fair. Seems fair. Right? Pastor, good morning. Are you there? What's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Man, this is aggravating.
Aggravating as hell, Pastor Hogan.
Yeah. My sons played sports, and we sent them to Christian private school. And Stowe Rocks never fought them being allowed to participate in Stowe Rocks' baseball team. But, you know, there were people that grumbled about it.
Yep.
You don't send your kids here.
Yep.
Yeah, but I pay taxes here.
Right.
And the whole idea that you're going to punish a kid and reduce their socialization because the parents had the audacity to take them out from under your indoctrination is ridiculous.
Well, by law, brother, they have to let her go to these activities, sir.
They absolutely have to. And it's maddening to me that they do this, but it seems we've got the power, we'll do our thing. That seems to be the routine thing that happens over and over again these days. If we're in charge, we'll break the rules and we'll mistreat people because we've got the power.
Well, in the animus exists because These cyber schools are reaching into their pockets, right? That's why they're angry, right?
Oh yeah, they are, and they should be reaching further. To be honest, Josh Shapiro ran on a platform of pushing school choice, and then when he got there, the union sat him down and said, "You dare not, or we're not going to support you," and he walked away from it. But when you've got school districts with 9%, I don't know anything about that school district.
Right.
But when you've got other school districts with 9% reading proficiency and 7% math proficiency for the graduating class, why on earth would you not offer the parents a different choice?
Pastor, is that in the rocks?
Yeah, the rocks is real low.
Are those the numbers?
9% reading was the last I heard. I don't remember what the math proficiency was, but I know that it's a diploma mill, and there are many reasons for that. But they get paid for who they hand a diploma to, and so they don't ever want to hold anybody back because it affects their budget for next year.
Right. Same thing in Pittsburgh. They've lost massive numbers of students to this, and it's screwing up their budget, and they blame the students and their parents.
Right, and you're blaming the parents who have the audacity to try to rescue their kids from it. Absolutely maddening.
All right, brother, thank you.
Hey, have a good day.
For those of you who trivialize this, to hell with you, because this is a big deal. Because you take a young girl and you let the dance go on for 2 hours. By the way, I've sent messages about to the superintendent. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying what they did here was wrong. Why not just let the dance go on? Why not just let the girl have fun? For the folks who are sending me messages to fire the superintendent, that's silly. Come on. We're not trying to burn the school down to destroy careers. A simple apology and a re-examination of the policy would be appropriate, don't you think? From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. Ellie, good morning.
Hello, Marty. Emergency crews are still working with an accident on McKnight Road. This is between Ross Park Mall Drive and Patrick Place, and looks like traffic is getting by in the left lane. Also, an accident has been reported in Brookline. This is near Benning Street and Shire Place. And both parkways, east and west, are looking good with no delays as you head into the tunnel. And on I-79 northbound, there's just some slowing traffic as you head into the S-Bend due to the construction. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum recognizes Pennsylvania's combat veterans who have received medals for gallantry. With this Hall of Valor moment, here's President of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum, John McCabe.
Air Force Airman First Class Robert J. Servi of Beaver County was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross in the Republic of Vietnam on 4 December 1967. While Airman Servi was unloading cargo, a mortar and small arms attack began. With complete disregard for his own personal safety, Airman Servi hurried to unload the cargo rather than seek shelter in a bunker. His crew then took off under fire to make another flight into Budop to deliver more badly needed supplies. A second attack began while the cargo was being unloaded, and again, Airman Servi continued to unload under fire. His actions allowed a safe departure for the aircraft and his fellow crew members.
To nominate a qualifying hero for the Hall of Valor, visit online at soldiersandsailorshall.org.
What's the room again?
1240, down at the end.
Ooh, what's that? Sammy, don't touch that. That's someone's old food.
Here we are. Do you have the key?
You have both of ours.
Right. Not working.
Love it. Try flipping it over.
Seriously. Higher.
Give me yours.
You have mine. Please, if you
Dad,
could.
why aren't you opening the door?
Can everyone just shut them?
Don't go there. Go on a real vacation. Go RVing. Learn more at GoRVing.com.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized with help from Beacon. I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
KDKA, covered by Rhino Shield. Looks like paint and lasts for decades with a 25-year warranty.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life. Your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John and Maggie Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window company for over 46 years. When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting the expertise and attention to detail that has made our company a customer favorite for decades.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows. They're the strongest, longest lasting, best insulating windows you can buy. They're way better than vinyl.
Now, during our 46th anniversary sale, save 30% and get 18-month no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms. Visit us at metropolitanwindows.com or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
Hi, I'm Lynn Hayes Freeland. And if you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. For your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Visit aetnamedicare.com/KDKA today.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times, I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Panther X Rare will be moving its headquarters within the Pittsburgh region in the fall as it expands locally and nationally. The rare disease company will move to Settlers Ridge and a 65,000 square foot LEED Gold building that will eventually house its national headquarters and be a springboard for further expansion, and by 2026 have dispensing operations to treat rare diseases. The company has long been a leader in specialty pharmacy and the treatment of rare diseases, providing services for people with the diseases. The headquarters move will start in the fall. It's currently located at Summit Park Drive, and the new facility is about 4 miles away. Also, Philips and Philips Respironics will pay $1.1 billion to settle personal injury litigation in the United States in connection to the issues over its sleep therapy devices. The settlement, announced today, will conclude the personal injury lawsuits and class action lawsuit that's been filed against the Dutch manufacturer and its U.S. subsidiary. It follows a consent decree signed earlier this month for an economic loss settlement of $600 million. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm a big fan of Pittsburgh. Felici. I make no qualms about that. I know Larry almost 20 years. Very intelligent man. His people, from what I'm told, cut a deal with these protesters at Shenley Plaza on Friday that they could chillax, don't throw rocks and bottles, light fires, don't raise hell, and we won't either. And move your stuff out of there at noon on Monday, is what I'm told. My man, the legend, Dr. Randy, has been down there for us live every single day on this thing. And he's there right now. My brother, how are you?
I'm good, Marty, but my blood pressure is really high right now because I showed up with my U.S. flag on my vehicle and a hat that has American colors on it. Yep. And and I walked into the middle of this. These people are still here. They are packing up. It seems like they're packing up. But the main organizer comes up to me, and he says, "You know, you're a piece of you know what. Your government's a piece of you know what. You don't belong. Nobody belongs in the Middle East, but you know our people. And get the heck out of here."
So for some background, my brother here he was a dentist for 50 years. He's legendary, a developer, and that property you're standing on is very near and dear to you. Tell us why.
I put a garden up and got all kinds of money for this park, and I was on the organizing committee of this park. It used to be a parking lot, so I was on the Oakland bid, and we developed this whole thing. So I'm very proud of it, and I have my name in 4 different places in stone here, dedicated. And then when these people, there's this lady sitting in the middle of the park. She definitely is not a Pittsburgher, She has a head thing, and she's waving big Palestine flag. And I don't belong there, but she does. I mean, I don't even know if she can speak English, this lady. She doesn't
Dr.
look
Randy is a true patriot. He's 83 and he loves it. Hey, but tell me what you're seeing. How can you tell they're packing up, sir?
Well, there used to be more tents here than there are. There's still tents, and there's still people there, and they're milling around. And then this big security guy with a yellow vest on, he comes over to me and gets in my face, like, get out of here, you don't belong here. But they're not in a big rush, a lot of them. First of all, I don't think any of them have jobs, they probably get paid by some agency of the Hamas organization. So that's how
my man, they are packing up from what you're saying.
Some of the tents are gone, probably because some of these people were students, so they had to go home because they graduated. But a lot of them are just milling around. I mean, there's still a lot of people here. It's not like there's nobody here.
You're not in danger.
I don't think I'm in danger, but like this great big guy, he's about 6'3" with a vest on. He's looking at me, and I'm staying back. I mean, I'm not. I was a state wrestling champ, but I don't think I want to get in a fight at my age with anybody, and I'm not going to pick one. But it's just amazing that some of these people have just been hijacked. Yes, they don't want to kill babies. I can understand that. I don't. Why would anybody want babies killed? But the Israelis didn't start this fight. They didn't start it.
They did not, sir.
And they would like to end it, actually.
As we would.
Yeah, but these protesters are not patriots. They're not from Pittsburgh, most of them. I mean, I did a video yesterday, and this gal who was jumping around and yelling with a bullhorn. There's no way she was from Pittsburgh. People in Pittsburgh aren't like that. They're just not, When they're yelling death to Israel, death to Jews, death to America. It's really pretty despicable to me. I have relatives there.
Same.
You
I
know,
love you, brother. Hang in there. I'm going to check back with you, all right?
All right.
Send me more videos. You're the man.
Keep the fight up.
All right, my man.
All right.
I love him. I love him. My man's 83. You know what I'm saying? Patrick, I got friends that are 43 who wouldn't do that.
Oh, man, the energy and the vigor.
Passion.
The passion.
And he's in an Uncle Sam bike riding outfit.
With flags?
With flags.
A hat and everything.
And confronting these people.
God bless him.
God bless him. Wow. I'm told, we'll find out in the next hour or so, and I heard T say the same thing that she's hearing. But I'm told that the cops made a deal with these protesters. I'm not saying derogatory things about them. They have a voice. They're peaceful. I don't agree with them, but what they're doing is illegal. They're not allowed to do this. They're not allowed to put tents. You're allowed to have a protest. You are. But you can't put a tent down. You can't. You can't occupy Pitt, so to speak. You can't. So I'm told they cut a deal Friday. if they could chill all weekend peacefully. And by the way, my sources tell me this too. They made it very clear with the cops that they weren't going to fight with them. They made it very clear with the cops that if they had to arrest them, they would go peacefully. I respect that. I do. It's a very, very difficult job. There are about 60 Pitt cops and only a handful of Pittsburgh cops. And at one point yesterday afternoon, a bevy, that's a group of, the students started to run toward the Cathedral of Learning. And Pitt police did an amazing job of stopping them peacefully. They arrested two, but no one was hurt, which is very, very cool.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hey, can anyone explain what the Medicare donut hole means? MediConnect can. Their experts help simplify the process, get you the best price for your prescriptions. And even better, they provide their service at no cost, no obligation, just great information, making them the #1 Medicare resource in the tri-state area. Don't miss this opportunity. Understand and adjust your plan to this pending change for 2025. Connect with MediConnect now to learn more. 888-818-6334 or MediConnectInsurance.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261 AX Pittsburgh.
Voice locked on the free Odyssey app. The Medicare Solutions Studios.
Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's cloudy and 78 at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Are they staying or leaving? That is the question concerning the pro-Palestinian demonstrators at Shenley Park. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush is there and joins us live with the latest.
That's right, Paul. Protesters are in the process of leaving their encampment after several days of pro-Palestinian demonstrations. The scene here is one of resolve and reflection as protesters pack up their belongings and are prepared to depart. One protester tells me that their commitment to the Palestinian cause remains unwavering, but now it's time to take their activism to the next level and continue to fight for justice. Paul, there is a small police presence here. However, in speaking with one law enforcement officer, things are expected to wrap up around 12:30 today. If anything develops now until then, I will keep you posted. Reporting live from Shenley Plaza, Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
Young men facing charges in a deadly shooting in Washington County turned themselves into state police Sunday. K'Ron Whitlock and Wendale Barfield Jr. are accused of killing 18-year-old Analea Wilkerson earlier this month and wounding another girl on Jolly School Road. Investigators say the suspects knew the victims. Both men are facing homicide and other charges. Norman High School will see several twins graduate at the end of the academic year. Here's News Radio KDKA's Susie Cool.
11 sets of twins will walk across the graduation stage come the end of the 2023-24 school year at Norwin. Principal Dr. Michael Chobe says that while these students may be twins, that's pretty much where their similarities end.
With 11 sets of twins, some of them are identical and take very similar courses, where some are, very different from each other in terms of looks and in terms of their maybe sports to participate in or classes they take.
According to the American Society of Reproductive Medicine, it's estimated that 1 in 250 pregnancies will result in twins. The odds seem to be pretty good in Norwin School District. Susie Cole, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 71 points now at 38,311. The Nasdaq is up 46 points and the S&P is ahead by 12. KDKA Sports Pirates and Penguins fans now have the option of streaming games with Sportsnet Pittsburgh's new digital subscription service. SNP 360 expands on Sportsnet's existing app, costs $17.99 a month, and is available to fans in Pittsburgh and surrounding markets as of today. Streaming is available on desktop, mobile, and connected TV devices. Fans who already have Sportsnet Pittsburgh will be able to authenticate into the SNP 360 app and access the same experience, including streaming live Pirates and Penguins games. San Francisco beat the Bucks 3-2 on Sunday. It's the Pirates' 10th loss in the past 13 games. Tonight they play the A's at Oakland. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, installing most roofs in just one day. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 12:03. It's cloudy. And at Pittsburgh International up to 78 now. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
It used to be the sole function for a kitchen was food preparation. We cooked in the kitchen and we dined in the dining room. But times have changed. And although today the kitchen is still where we cook, it's also where we share meals, have an important family conversation, and even help the kids with their homework.
That's right. Today's kitchens are multi-use areas and should be designed accordingly. And that's where we come in. Petite Kitchen and Bath will make your new kitchen a warm and inviting place for family and guests alike. We'll make it supremely functional and beautiful.
You know, they say the heart of any home is the family kitchen. Make your kitchen great. Discover why generations of satisfied customers have chosen Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center.
Visit our showroom on Route 50 or call us at 412-279-2222. Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever. The Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. Like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro. Cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
I'm a PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. It is a lovely day, but what's the traffic like out there? Young lady, good morning. How are you?
Thank you, Marty.
Oh, I apologize, my man.
No worries.
Oh, so the producer takes over at this time?
Yes.
I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
No worries. Taking a look at the Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras. Not seeing too much traffic out there. There is, however, some road work on 279 South Parkway North southbound side. Right before the Fort Duquesne Bridge, though traffic is moving smoothly through there at the moment. With AAA traffic, I'm Ryan McCullough on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will be very warm as sunshine mixes with clouds. Our high 85, then partly cloudy tonight, those 62. Tomorrow, variable cloudiness with a couple of showers and a heavier thunderstorm around, the high 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunday mornings at 6 a.m. on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, it's Tech Vibe Radio. Join hosts Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting from the Pittsburgh Technology Council's Huntington Bank Studios as they bring you a front row seat to Pittsburgh's tech sector.
Hear about it and talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Xander Ornstein should not be a judge. He shouldn't work at a bakery, maybe at a Walmart, maybe at Get-Go, maybe a Shop and Save. I don't know. First time I heard his name, he let this guy with ties to the drug cartels walk. He let him walk. He had 9 kilos of fentanyl, and 5 kilos of coke. Let him walk. He was in the wind until they snagged him in New York. Then someone punched a guy downtown, right in the face, 71-year-old guy, let him walk. That's just 2 cases. Then this most recent case, he let this idiot walk, who had an outstanding warrant, who was in a high-speed chase, throwing guns out the windows. In other words, Ornstein is not a judge. He's a revolving door for criminals, and they love him, and the woke folks love him, and I don't mind him as a person. I can't stand him as a judge, because he ain't no judge, and he has no idea about justice. You know who agrees with me? Do you know who agrees with me? Good morning, Sheriff. How are you? Sheriff, good morning. How do we call this? Sheriff, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
What do you think of a judge like this, Sheriff?
I'm shocked. He's not really a judge. He's a nut in a black robe. Anyone who would let violent, dangerous criminals out without posting a bond, without accountability, is turning dangerous people back to hurt innocent people in your community. And he did that not once, not twice. That's 3 times it's come to our attention. But I suggest there were probably many more times than that before apparently a supervisor judge put a halt to him hearing first appearances or bond hearings, whatever you call them in your community.
Sheriff Grady Judd, you have a great rep. You're in Pasco County. It's kind of in the Orlando area, right?
Well, I'm in Polk County, not Pasco. Polk County. We're about 800,000 people in our county, and we're right between Tampa and Orlando on the I-4 corridor.
And as you said, he made the mistake of ending up in your jail, right? This suspect.
He came to our county, and that was his mistake. Once Ornstein let him out, he fled. He wasn't coming back to court.
Right.
We all knew that except for the judge. And he fled, and someone put him up in an Airbnb or one of those short-term rentals, and we've got that under investigation right now because we're going to lock up whoever hid him here just as soon as we find them. But once again, he was hiding. There's an area near the Disney area that's a lot of short-term rentals.
Yep.
And he was hiding up there thinking he was safe, but he was in our county, and we sought him out with the assistance from your folks up there and locked him up.
Hey, Sheriff.
And we were shocked.
Do you have judges like this in Florida, sir?
But we don't have any in Florida. In fact, our governor, Ron DeSantis, which is the very best, ensured that the legislature changed the law so that cowboy judges couldn't go off on their own in more blue areas of the state, and there's not many of those,
Yes, sir.
to let criminals out that needed to be locked up until they posted a bond. So, no, we don't have that here.
Sure.
And our people are safer because of it.
I agree. I'm a law and order guy, and this is a joke up here, isn't it, sir?
It is. It absolutely is. But it's no joke when your innocent people are being hurt by people who should be locked up.
What's the message this sends to law enforcement guys who he led on a high-speed chase and wanted to kill?
Well, the message Judge Ornstein does, and anyone else that does that, is, hey, we think more of the criminals than we do the cops.
That's right.
We think more of the criminals than we do the law-abiding citizens.
That's right. And Judge, here's what I said Friday. And you follow me along here. This judge should get a raise. You know why, sir? Because the far left woke folks elected him. And he's doing what they wanted him to do, sir. That's the truth. So is he to blame or are they to blame, sir?
Well, I think they're all to blame. And it's astounding to me. And I've talked to a lot of folks from around the country, California to New York, and the folks are shocked that this is occurring. But they don't attach the fact it all depends on who you elect to public office. It's who you elect as your judge, as your prosecutor, as your House and Senate, as your governor, because those are the folks that make the rules.
Hey, elections have consequences, brother.
Absolutely.
And this is why no one wants to be a cop these days, sir. Isn't that fair?
Well, that is true. We're hiring a lot of people from the North and the Northeast and California that want to be law enforcement officers. But quite frankly, you're afraid to do your job. You're afraid that the government officials will not back you up. I mean, cops are put into communities to keep violent people away from you. And occasionally they have to use violence to defend themselves or to keep bad guys from shooting someone else or stabbing someone else in the community. Well, they're not going to do that. They're not going to defend you if they don't believe they're going to be defended.
Right on. I love you, man. Hey, this is Sheriff Grady Judd, Polk County. They arrested this Pittsburgh guy that Ornstein let go. What about the folks, Sheriff, who say you're a far-right radical sheriff?
Well, you know, in my world, I'm a moderate sheriff. I'm not even far-right and radical. Now, I'm only far-right and radical if you're that woke left nut bunch.
Yes, sir. Hey, is this guy headed back to Pittsburgh? This guy you guys grabbed?
He is locked up in our jail under no bond, so he's not getting out until the Pittsburgh officials come after him. And then he will be extradited, and then we'll see if y'all do a better job of keeping him next time than you did last time.
I'm with you, brother. Judge, what's the message, Sheriff, to this judge who might be listening? What's your message to him, sir?
Well, my message to him is, why do you put criminals ahead of innocent law-abiding citizens who will be their next victims? Why do you think more of criminals? I mean, if you think that people shouldn't go to jail, I think they shouldn't either, as long as they behave and follow the law. And that's our message here. Hey, look, we're your best friends if you obey the law. But if you violate the law, you're going to jail. So you don't want to go to jail? Don't violate the law. Behave like the overwhelming majority of the people of the community. The overwhelming majority of the people in every city in this nation are really, really good people.
I agree.
It's a handful of people that victimize the good people. Well, that handful gets larger and larger and larger if you allow them to steal and rob, and there's no accountability.
Sheriff, I would vote for you 8 days a week, brother. Thank you, my man.
I appreciate it. Y'all be safe. God bless you.
You guys cool. You guys cool. All right. I'll take that. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. My producer. Introduce yourself, buddy. No one's met you yet.
This is Ryan McCullough.
You've never done traffic in your life. Have you?
I have.
Welcome to the traffic team, Ryan. Go, brother.
All right, taking a look out there. There's a bit of congestion on the Parkway West inbound side down by Banksville Road, but other than that, your major roadways are looking pretty good at the moment. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ryan McCullough on 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We keep snake plants and stuff.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could have a whole section for ferns. But here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
eBay Motors is here for the ride.
Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Look, NASCO just isn't my roofer. It's the Griffin family roofer. Check this out. Fixed my brother's roof. Boom. My sister had a massive problem. Sandy. Fixed her roof. Boom. We had a problem. On it in a day. Fixed our roof. Boom. Look, folks, they're professional. They guarantee their work. They're the passionate Pittsburgh roofer. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000. NASCO rocks.
Larry Richard with legendary sports broadcaster Lanny Fratteri, who recently used Lacina Drapery and Blind Factory. Lanny, how'd it go?
Larry, Lacina made it easy. A great selection of quality materials, plenty of expert advice, and flawless installation. I've been around a lot of pros in my lifetime, and Lacina's the best game in town.
Call 412-665-4900 today for a free shop at home appointment. 412-665-4900.
Lacina Drapery and Blind Factory, the quality you deserve at factory direct prices.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GIFT for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's promo code GIFT.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by University of Maryland Global Campus.
This month, we honor the memory of Army Ranger Pat Tillman, who gave up a career in the NFL to fight for our country. Army veteran Bernard Toney reflects on his service in the same area of Afghanistan.
I deployed there just 4.5 months later. So once I got on the ground to what was Loire at the time and then changed to Bob Tillman, it was one of the things that we talked about before we went out into these missions. You have this, superstar legend that joins the U.S. Army Rangers and deploys and gives his life and sacrifice. But then to just be there on the ground 4.5 months later, fighting the same type of combatants was eye-opening for me.
Catch every episode of 60 Minutes, America's most watched news magazine show, as a podcast. Hear in-depth investigations across politics, news, and entertainment on your schedule. Listen to 60 Minutes wherever you get your podcasts.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Kevin Krause, one of my boys. His people hit a home run tracking this guy down in Florida. I mean, they tracked him from Pennsylvania. Patrick, you're familiar with this area. Where is this?
So it's between Tampa and Orlando.
And this sheriff is a law and order guy, which I love, admire, and respect.
He is. I worked with him a lot when I was down there a few years back, and the way you hear him talk, that's him. He is a no-nonsense law and order guy, that's for sure.
But I got to say this, without Krause's people, they tracked him from here all the way down there, and then the sheriff's people nabbed him.
Yep.
And they're bringing him back sometime this week. Next week, they're bringing back this Cepeda guy who had all the fentanyl and ends up being cocaine. Let me say this. This guy is connected to the drug cartels, which is the American mob 10X. My point, they will be extremely careful in transporting him back to Pittsburgh. He's in New York right now, Rikers Island. You know what they say? Criminals always go home. We all go home. They caught Cepeda at a traffic stop in New York. Seriously, big-time drug dealer. Had to grab my brother, Anthony. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Well, Cepeda was very fortunate he was driving around in New York.
Right.
Because if he'd have been driving around in Pittsburgh, he'd have never been nabbed.
Right.
Because they don't stop you for traffic stops.
Hey, big picture, though. We can't complain about this judge if we elected him, sir.
Well, yeah. Well, unfortunately, we've got pockets of neighborhoods who are just in the outer space land. And unfortunately, this isn't the Lawrenceville that I grew up knowing back in the day. I mean, you've got a bunch of lefties down there who think that terrorists and criminals deserve a second chance.
They elected him, brother.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but until one of their who were out walking a dog in the early mornings get conked over the head and killed, then I think they'll start changing their mind.
That's right. Hey, I got to ask you about these protests now that I have you, and I love having you here. My friend Anthony's one of my boys. You have a background. You were a Black Panther, were you not?
Yeah, I was in the Youth Black Panther program. I was a part of many protests in the late 60s and early 70s, even when I became a part of the union. And there were ways you did it. First thing you did was get a permit. You had to get a permit, and you certainly could not obstruct traffic. And when they gave an order to disperse, you had to leave. There was no negotiations. I'm here negotiating. There was no negotiations. You know, they would call it an unlawful assembly. I will always remember those terms, because once they told you to leave, if you didn't, you had the handcuffs on, and God forbid it was on a Friday, because your paperwork was lost, and they wouldn't find you maybe till the middle of next week.
But from a guy who was a young Black Panther, which was considered to be an extremely radical group at one time, at least they were peaceful, sir, and they're going peacefully, right?
Well, look, and we were fighting about what was happening here in America.
Right.
Okay, when I talk on this subject with some of these young people today, and when they tell me this nonsense about Palestine and all, I say, yes, I do care about Palestine. Right. East Palestine, Ohio. Because the Palestine that you love, think women have second-class citizen status. Gays, they throw off buildings, and they're a terrorist group. So, excuse me.
I'm with you, 100%.
But what's happening is, look, we have a lot of universities who are perpetrating ignorance. Okay, I didn't even make it out of high school. I had to go get a GED, and I'm more intelligent than these folks.
Right.
And I got it. You know, I got it through life.
Do you support any kind of peaceful protest?
Of course. If it's meaningful. And look, I didn't. Marty, you're very clear. I was one of those black folks who stood out against the Black Lives Matter protests, if you remember.
Yep.
I used to call heck from the community, which I don't care, because you can't obstruct traffic. People will die if you obstruct traffic. An ambulance or whatever emergency can't get through. And that has to stop. But when you've got the Gaines and his predecessors who believe that we all have this First Amendment right, no. First Amendment has limitations.
Arrest them all then.
Just like you were talking about the drug issue earlier. I have a comment on that too, if you allow me, if we get some time.
No.
Look, here's what I hear from the black community, Marty, about this drug issue that we see today compared to, say, 30 and 20 years ago when crack was infiltrating a black neighborhood.
Right.
They didn't see any of this compassion. Folks went to jail, man. You know, if you got caught with crack, you went to jail. Sure. You got caught with paraphernalia, you went to jail. Sure. There are a lot of people who are offended by people being awoke with the Narcan, and there's no recourse. That's angering people. They took people to jail for that stuff, man.
There is a movement that if you're stopped and they revive you with Narcan, you either go to rehab or go to jail.
Well, yeah. And I'm only giving you from the perspective of the neighborhood I live in.
Right.
And when I'm at the Black Barber, these are the subjects we talk about. And sometimes the radio doesn't always hear. Right. But there is a lot of resentment in the black community about what happened with crack and what's happening with the heroin and the fentanyl today, and how some people have been treated completely different than others. I mean, I've seen children, they lock children up with the parents. I've seen that myself. And now you see people just and then they got to come back hours later, then revive them again, and there's no consequence. People are shocked, man.
I don't want them dead, though, brother.
I don't either. But there is some resentment, man. I want everyone to live. But can you understand the resentment when they saw a double standard? They saw completely being treated one way, and now we see another? Yes. Can you understand that?
Absolutely. Anthony, thanks, brother.
All right, brother.
Oh, man. He's the best ever. Man, I love him. And look, regarding the sheriff, he's a law and order guy. So is Kevin Krause. Kevin Krause and his people are responsible for Cepeda going down. They are. They're responsible for the arrest of this idiot in Florida who ran there. They tracked him down. This Hermes Craddock guy. Kevin Krause has done a hell of a job. A hell of a job. And I love him for it. At the end of the day, it's hard work from law enforcement guys that are scared as hell of judges like Ornstein. And I can see why. Because they work a case, arrest a guy, and he sets them free. But let me say this. Braddock's headed back, and Cepeda's headed back. Love that sheriff. Love him. Great job. Great job, Kevin Krause.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
As you know, I've had cancer treatment. The chemotherapy radiation jacked up my balance, big time. Got to hold on to railings, up and down stairs, feel uneasy doing any sort of hiking. I've even fallen a few times. I need help. I found it. I'm serious. Physical, F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L. Game-changing physical therapy. One-on-one patient treatment. At Physical, they're experts in dizziness and balance disorders, knee and back pain, cutting-edge technology. Physical, 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200.
I'm attorney Ed Shenderovich. Have you been injured at work? You may have more than one claim. To find out if you do, call us at 888-98-TWINS for a free consultation. At Shenderovich and Fishman, we've got your back, not your wallet.
Medicare Solutions Studios.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Partly sunny and 81 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. After days of no interactions with police, 2 protesters were arrested Sunday for trespassing on the University of Pittsburgh campus. Police officers pushed pro-Palestinian protesters from the lawn next to the Cathedral of Learning to the street and sidewalk. The 2 persons arrested were reportedly setting up a tent. State police in Lawrence County are investigating after a 91-year-old man was robbed of thousands of dollars. Police were called to the victim's home along Route 18 in New Beaver Borough after the victim's safe was forced open. $13,000 worth of jewelry was stolen. Anyone with information is asked to contact state police. Massive flames were shooting from a building in Sharpsburg Sunday. Fire crews were called to 6th and Main Streets after just 7 o'clock, where heavy black smoke was rising into the air. Several fire departments responded and brought the flames to the vacant building under control. Auto safety regulators have launched an investigation into the safety of Ford Motors' hands-free driving system. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has details.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration probe of the Blue Cruise driver assistance system follows 2 recent crashes that left 3 people dead. In both cases, Ford Mustang SUVs collided with stopped vehicles on highways at night. Blue Cruise is available on several Ford models and has features like adaptive cruise control, automatic lane change, and a driver monitoring system to alert drivers if they stop paying attention to the road, even if only for a few seconds. NHTSA says the investigation covers 2021 through 2024 Mustang Mach-E vehicles. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
Women's sports getting a boost in Pittsburgh. A new elite soccer team will join the Riverhounds at Highmark Stadium in 2025. The owners of the Riverhounds announced Saturday they're bringing a Women's United Soccer League expansion team to the city. It's a pre-professional team, a stepping stone to the pros. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 104 points, the Nasdaq up 59. The S&P 500 is up 16. KDK Radio News Time, 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Wow, honey, have you seen the electric bill?
Yeah, it's out of control. But have you heard of Navien tankless water heaters?
Tankless? How does that even work?
Well, instead of constantly heating and storing water, it only heats water when we need it. So much more efficient than our giant tank heater.
That sounds great. Let's look into Navien.
Already on it.
Imagine all the hot water you need only when you need it. Tanks are history. Navien high-efficiency tankless is the future. Compact, wall-hung units free up floor space, lower energy bills, longer life than tanks, and a 15-year warranty. Find out more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
What's the room again?
1240, down at the end.
Ooh, what's that? Sammy, don't touch that. That's someone's old food.
Here we are. Do you have the key?
You have both of ours.
Right. Not working.
Love it. Try flipping it over.
Seriously.
Higher.
Give me yours.
You have mine. Please, if you could.
You open
Can everyone just shut them?
Don't go there. Go on a real vacation. Go RVing. Learn more at GoRVing.com.
How many more times will you risk that slippery climb in and out of your bathtub? Instead, try a smart and beautiful idea. Convert that ugly old tub into a gorgeous new shower. The jacuzzi shower system from PJ Fitzpatrick features a walk-in entry that means no more climbing over the tub. The jacuzzi shower is luxurious, surprisingly affordable, and installs in just one day. Don't trust us. Trust PJ Fitzpatrick and their thousands of five-star reviews. That's big news. So visit trustpj.com for your free design consultation.
Pittsburgh CLO has got your map to a summer of musicals. A new season filled with Broadway caliber musicals across 3 venues. At the Benedum Center, West Side Story, The Color Purple, and Music Man. At the Greer Cabaret Theater, Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill, and Young Frankenstein. At the Byam Theater, Seussical. You're on the road to a summer of musical memories. Tickets to all shows now on sale. Visit PittsburghCLO.org.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in because they're making a profit from you. That's the law. Yet many times a normal day ends with injuries because that business breached that duty because they knew or should have known of the dangerous condition that caused your injury. It happens every day in many ways. Slip and falls where cleaning and maintenance were ignored, falling boxes and items stacked too high, and so many other unexpected occurrences and dangers only known to that business owner. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, let our team investigate and report back to you. The duty to protect customers from harm is the law, and our duty is to protect you after that harm. Visit forthepeople.com for more information, or on your cell phone, dial #law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Forthepeople.com.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, it is the traffic king, Ryan.
Thanks, Marty. At the 5400 block of the William Flynn Highway out in Richland Township, we have an accident with crews on the scene. Hopefully that gets cleared up relatively soon. On the Parkway West inbound side, I'm still seeing some congestion around the bottom of the hill and heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. But other than that, your major roadways are looking good. With AAA traffic, I'm Ryan McCullough on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be quite warm for the afternoon hours. Sunshine mixing with clouds, high 85. Partly cloudy tonight, though 62. Clouds, limited sun, and not as warm tomorrow with a couple of showers and a heavier thunderstorm, high 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
If you're looking for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance, we're Term Provider, experts in finding affordable term life insurance for those that may not be in perfect health. Prostate cancer, heart conditions, high cholesterol, or on prescription medications, you may still qualify for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance. Call Term Provider at 800-337-4168. 800-337-4168.
What's the room again?
1240, down at the end.
Ooh, what's that? Sammy, don't touch that. That's someone's old food.
Here we are. Do you have the key?
You have both of ours.
Right. Not working.
Love it. Try flipping it over.
Seriously. Higher.
Give me yours.
You have mine. Please, if you
Dad,
could.
why aren't you open for the
Can everyone just shut them?
Don't go there. Go on a real vacation. Go RVing. Learn more at GoRVing.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? Stay 10 to 2. Love you. Patrick, who's here, had mentioned this. I see these familiar names pop up that used to listen before, and then they disappeared. Now they're back, and I love it. One of my favorites is Cynthia from Florida. Good morning.
I watch Grady Judd all the time. He has this little press conferences on YouTube. I started watching because my husband follows local crime, but he's no joke. I don't know anything about the Ornstein case, but I like listening to this man. And what he, the things he says. Well, you blocked me on your Facebook page, so I just kind of stopped listening. Anyway, no, I'm not angry. I don't care. But listen, I was a Black Panther too.
Are you serious?
And, well, to the extent that I could be. I got a little Black Panther membership card. My mother bought me 2 of the Huey Newton shares. I had an afro. That's it. Wow. That was the extent of my activism in Beaver County, in Pittsburgh area, as most teenagers. But Angela Davis just spoke the other day at one of the protest rallies. She was a Black Panther. Oh, yeah. And there was a Black Panther party in Israel. Golda Meir hated those people.
I had no idea.
So they know. Yeah, absolutely. So again, people don't look at the years-long efforts by people to bring equity to that situation.
So do you respect the peaceful protests here in Pittsburgh?
Absolutely. They have to be peaceful. I've said it forever. Whoever is causing violence, they are not to be trusted. You don't know who sent them there. You don't know who they're representing. You try to stay away from them, or you corral them so they can't do anything, and then you drive them out. That's what you do.
And by the way, I love the hell out of what the police chief did. Peaceful settlement, move your tents on Monday, and they're moving them right now. Right?
Right. Yeah, no problem. But here's another thing. Now, I've heard people say that the people have no right to protest on campus property. That's not true, because all of us taxpayers pay. Yeah.
They're not allowed to put tents up and live there. That's the issue.
Well, some of the students have to live there because they were kicked out of their campus housing, but that's being remedied. The administration's just like, okay, we're going to fix this. You're not, banned from your campus housing anymore.
Back together again in love again. I'm blocking you on Facebook.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Patrick's here. Because people get nuts, and I don't feel like it anymore, I blocked probably 30,000 people.
Yep.
And that's why it happens. Nothing personal other than I hate. Tom, good, man. Thanks for hanging in there.
Yeah, Marty, I wanted to just push back a little bit on the sentiment of Anthony. I heard him mention something about, he would like to protect all of life. Yet his cavalier attitude in putting all Palestinians into this terrorist label, and the insensitivity to over 35,000 people are being bombed and slaughtered over there by overwhelming reaction to what happened, which was actually something that was ask them what's going on in the West Bank, what's happening to settlement with Israeli settlements, and what's going on to the Palestinians.
All right. Not too much of me. This started with Hamas entering Israel and cutting throats and raping and beheading and burning entire families. Nearly 2,000 of them. In comparing this to 9/11, because you can, we went to war. Now, what he's saying is, there have been 30,000 people killed. And there have been women and children killed. It's horrible, however common. If you want to compare what happened post 9/11, the number of dead civilians in Iraq, Syria, and Afghanistan, much of this happening from a reign of terror and hellfire brought down by American military. 1.2 million dead. For perspective. Look, they want to destroy a mosque. That's what they're doing. Are there amazing, amazing Palestinians and their families? Hell yes. Hell yes. Are innocents dying? Hell yes. It's a horrific situation. Just is. Man, I call the mayor of the South Side, Rich Chupka. Good morning.
Marty, how are you?
You're more annoyed with the cost to the taxpayers, with all the cops and everything, right?
Oh, absolutely, Marty. I mean, we've had 4 deadlines come and go, and you still have the terroristic threats continuing over at Schelling Plaza.
And it looks like they're dismantling right now. Is that good enough for you?
Well, the original day was supposed to be Friday, and they went to Saturday, Sunday, and now, today. But, as long as there's no violence, I'm fine with that. But, the Jewish students aren't allowed on the grass in Schenley Plaza.
Right.
What about their rights?
Right. Now, they can peacefully protest. They can.
Yes.
But none of these folks can put down tents and set up camp. That's the issue, is it not, sir?
Yes, it is. I mean, whenever you have politics trumping public safety, like we have with the mayor letting them do this, with Orenstein releasing the fugitives, you're going to put the public safety of everybody at jeopardy.
I agree. And they were ready. Where was SWAT staging?
Supposedly they were staging at the Schenley Ice Rink.
Right. They were getting ready to take on a possible riot.
Yes.
I got pictures from the police chief. They're dismantling right now. That's a good thing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks, my man. Appreciate you. But he's right. Everybody has to understand this. I like the peaceful protest. I love how the police chiefs handle this, ending it peacefully. And they're dismantling the tents right now. A very, very, very good thing. We're on the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. What's up, Ryan?
Thanks, Marty. The accident on the 5400 block of the William Flynn Highway out in Richland Township, it's still being cleared up. Also still seeing some congestion at the bottom of the hill on the Parkway West inbound side. Other than that, though, your major roadways are still looking good. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ryan McCullough on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
When you come to Diamonds Direct, we know it's always the start of a celebration, an engagement, your wedding day, honoring a lifetime of love, searching for that special birthday gift for the one you love the most, and all the celebrations in between. That's why we've curated a shopping experience to match your excitement. You walk into a beautiful showroom with experts eager to help, or if you prefer, just explore on your own as long as you like. At Diamonds Direct, we've taken pressure out of the process. Our experts are cheerful and engaging. We'll help you on your terms with your price range when you're ready. We've made it easy by offering virtually unlimited options. With everything in our showcase being handpicked for its beauty and quality, you can't go wrong. You are guaranteed to get the best value because we are the value leader, and you have confidence in knowing you are protected with our lifetime warranties and guarantees. Diamonds Direct's experience is designed with our goal of creating not just a happy moment, but a magical one. So you leave smiling, just like you came in. Diamonds Direct, for your best moments in life. Get store hours and directions at diamondsdirect.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Powered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing company.
Hi, I'm Lynn Hayes Freeland. And if you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Visit aetnamedicare.com/KDKA today.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on. That's right. You don't have to bend down and you don't have to touch them, which is why people can't stop talking.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
So how do hands-free Skechers Slip-ins work? It's like they have an invisible built-in shoehorn so your foot slides into place. Then our heel pillow keeps your foot comfy and secure. And slip-ins are for the whole family, men, women, and kids, in all your favorite Skechers styles.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins, and I'm never going back.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
This is the Bloomberg Money Minute. Airlines and hotels say business travel is almost back to pre-pandemic levels because companies want in-person meetings, not just Zoom calls between execs and clients. The Wall Street Journal also reports a lot of employees who moved to other cities during the pandemic now have to return to the office every now and again. Tesla's autopilot software, the controversial self-driving technology, has gotten the okay to be used in China after passing data security and privacy requirements from officials in Beijing. That's got shares of Tesla soaring up more than 16%. While elsewhere on Wall Street, stocks with modest gains to kick off the new week. That's ahead of this week's Federal Reserve meeting on interest rates, earnings from Apple and Amazon, and the April jobs report on Friday. The Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P all up about 1/3%. And here's a first. Victoria's and Albert's restaurant at Disney World in Florida, the first ever theme park restaurant, awarded a Michelin star. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Protesters are moving out. Taking down their tents. Good. I know folks don't like them. I know folks hate them. I know they don't like Jews generally, and they believe they're committing genocide, certainly. But here's how I like how this was executed by the police department. They negotiated a deal Friday and told them they had to be out today at noon. And I just heard T, and we heard our friend Randy, who's down there, and they're taking their tents down, they're moving out. Fine. I don't have to agree with them to suggest that this was peaceful, no one was hurt. Right? Right. Brody, what's up?
It's been a long time. First of all, I'd like to say you're in my thoughts and prayers every day.
And how's your wife doing? The kids? It's just, oh my God. Like, I listen to you all the time. But when you had the show and then you got sick again, you know, this last time you got sick, you had me worried. I was all over the place. I was with Israel, Hail Mary, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I'm kind of like both sides of the spectrum. But this anti-support for Israel, do you know why they were protesting, Marty? The real reason? I read the article.
Yeah.
They said that they want Pitt to cut all ties with Israel and down with the Jews, down with, I don't know if they're saying down. It's not cool. But let them protest. Let them be in their little tents and wave the Palestinian flag. I don't understand it. But we have to be open to everything. You know what I'm talking about? If the Jewish people were down there, they could have their little table and their flags, you know. But Jews are low key because of all the hatred. You know what I'm talking about? Jews are just, let them go to shul. Let them, you know, Squirrel Hill, all the Orthodox, the yeshiva people, you know, they're not bothering anyone. But everybody is like making everybody turn sides with the president, with everything. Either you're for Israel or against it. It's just crazy. Crazy world, buddy.
Hold on, man. Welcome back, brother. Love him. In a real simple way, because I'm a simple guy. What the protesters at campuses across the country want is for colleges that have, in essence, massive funds from endowments that they use to finance different things. They want them to divest of every single penny they have invested in anything in Israel or any Jewish company. So you know. That will not happen and cannot happen. But let me tell you this. And this was reported in the Wall Street Journal. When the pro-Palestinian protests started in New York, at Columbia, okay? And then Harvard, then Yale, which aren't in New York, obviously. Here's what happened. Billionaires who were Jewish called those schools and said, folks, you stop those protesters or I'm pulling my name off those buildings and I'm pulling billions of dollars from your school. I will not and cannot give you billions of dollars for your endowment to pay for kids to go to school, to build buildings. If you're going to allow people on campus that hate Jews, I got to tell you, if I had that kind of cash and I made that kind of commitment to a school and they were saying, I hate you, I hate Marty Griffin, I hate his family, I want to kill him and I want to kill his family. And the university would not stop that. I would pull every single nickel that I had from that school. Period. End of story. What's happening in Gaza is horrific. But remember, folks, it was started by Hamas. They slaughtered 1,600 people. They went into one house because I saw this, and they tied the father to a chair. He had 5 kids. They raped his kids with the father watching. They beheaded his kids with the father watching. And they set him on fire, the kids on fire, with the father watching. For those who think that this unprovoked attack is on Israel's hands. That was one house. That was one family. And it happened 1,600 times. Think of what, if they did that here in Pittsburgh, if they did that in your home, you would want to incinerate them. Flat out, end of story.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
Spring showers bring backed up gutters and leaky roofs, but nothing that Ireland Contracting can't handle. Pittsburgh's home exterior experts for over 25 years. From roof repairs and new installations, seamless gutters, soffit and fascia, to siding and windows, Ireland Contracting does it all. My husband Gary is proud of his full-time Amish crews. Their work ethic and craftsmanship is unmatched. Also rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau and Super Service winner by Angie's List. Call 1-800-NEW-ROOF or visit our website, IrelandContracting.com.
Hey, Pittsburgh, it's Kiki Brown, Pretty Kitty on your radio. And if you're living with sickle cell disease, we want to help you get the health care that you need. June 19th is World Sickle Cell Day and Juneteenth. And sickle cell predominantly affects those of African heritage, and there are 5,000 people living with sickle cell in Pennsylvania. If you don't regularly see your doctor, you could be at risk for stroke or other complications. There are new therapies available, and Pennsylvania Sickle Cell Providers networks of hospitals and community organizations are working together to help you get care and community-based services. Also, UPMC and the Children's Sickle Cell Foundation provide quality care and support for children and adults with sickle cell. If you or someone you know has sickle cell, call 1-855-SICKLE-8. That's 855-742-5538 to get care and community support near you. Again, the number is 855-742-5538. Start your journey to living well with sickle cell today.
Get more for your valuables by coming to Treasure Hunt. Whether you're buying or selling gold and silver jewelry or coins, diamonds, sterling silver, or collectible coins, our friendly, well-trained staff is always ready to help. No appointment necessary. Stop in today and experience the Treasure Hunt difference for yourself. Visit our website at treasurehuntjewelry.com to find one of our 10 convenient locations. Treasure Hunt. No one treats you better.
I'm with Joe Potocznik from JP Roofing and Siding and Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor. Joe, with wind damage and storm damage, you help a lot of people with their roof and siding issues.
Yes, Larry. We work from A to Z with the homeowner and the insurance company, and all you have to do is call for a free estimate.
412-829-7711. 412-829-7711. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
Trust JP Roofing and Siding. Call now.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Medicare Solutions Studios.
Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Partly sunny and 82 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. Pitt protesters are moving out of Shenley Plaza. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
Things remain quiet at Shenley Plaza, where student protesters called on the University of Pittsburgh to make a public statement condemning the genocide in Gaza. Ileana Serbaji, organizer with Pitt Apartheid Divest, tells KDKA Radio how disappointed she is with Pitt Chancellor Joan Gable.
They don't really make any change in the policy to, to make sure that their students, to make an inclusive environment for their students.
No statement from the University of Pittsburgh. However, demonstrators are expected to vacate the area today. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
Breaking with President Joe Biden's support for Israel and its conflict with Hamas, 12th Congressional District Representative Summer Lee is calling for a ceasefire. Lee recently met some of the Pitt demonstrators and talked about it Sunday on Face the Nation.
They're looking for some sort of acknowledgement from our leadership that they hear our needs.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has compared what's happening to America's campuses to anti-Semitism in Germany universities in the 1930s. Two young men facing charges in a deadly shooting in Washington County turned themselves in to state police Sunday. Karan Whitlock and Wendell Barfield Jr. are accused of killing 18-year-old Analia Wilkerson earlier this month and wounding another girl on Jolly School Road. Investigators say the suspects knew the victims. Both men are facing homicide and other charges. The Allegheny County Airport Authority, along with its construction workers, celebrated the topping out of the parking garage for the new terminal today. This Radio KDKA Susie Cool has more.
The MMC is still under construction as part of the terminal modernization program at Pittsburgh International and will feature nearly 5,000 new parking spots. Although ACAA Executive Vice President and Chief Development Officer Paul Hoback said that parking at the airport is just the first step in your gateway to seeing the rest of the world.
An airport is not just an airport. It is a gateway to the region's front door. A front door that opens up economic opportunities, one that allows our friends, families, and neighbors to see the world.
The transformation of the 811,000 square foot terminal and multimodal complex is ongoing. Today's topping out ceremony represented the point in the project when the highest point of the building had been reached. From the airport, Susie Cole, News Radio KDKA.
Pirates and Penguin fans now have the option of streaming games with Sportsnet Pittsburgh's new digital subscription service. SNP 360 expands on Sportsnet's existing app. It costs $17.99 a month and is available to fans in Pittsburgh and surrounding markets as of today. Streaming is available on desktop, mobile, and connected TV devices. Fans who already have Sportsnet Pittsburgh will be able to authenticate it into the S&P 360 app to access the same experience, including streaming live Pirates and Penguin games. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 113 points, the NASDAQ up 48, the S&P 500 is up 13. KDK Sports, the Pirates open a series with Oakland tonight on the West Coast. First pitch at 9:40. The Pirates dropped 2 out of 3 against San Francisco over the weekend, losing 3-2 yesterday. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, your roofer with thousands of 5-star reviews. Trust PJ.com. KDK Radio News Time 103. Time to call Shenderovich, and Fishman. Why pay 40% when you can pay 25%? Call 888-98-TWINS. Sunny and 82 degrees in Pittsburgh. KDK AAA traffic and AccuWeather together next.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
You love springtime in Pittsburgh, so don't spend it painting. Do what your neighbor Mike did. He called Rhino Shield.
Our home is basically a contemporary, and we just started noticing that the paint was just fading and just looked like garbage. We had received postcards from Rhino Shield, and we decided to take a look at it.
Rhino Shield ceramic technology is formulated for our unique climate right here in Pittsburgh.
The process with Rhino Shield and their crew, they were just very conscientious. We had problems in the past with painters. They leave debris and everything. Well, we didn't have that with Rhino Shield.
Way better than paint, backed by a 25-year warranty. And right now, get Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
The thing about the Rhino Shield, the heat gain has been reduced, and we save $70 a month. You don't hear that about any type of paint.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Shield.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Urban Traffic Center, it's the legendary traffic reporter, Ryan. What's up?
Thank you, Marty. We've got 2 accidents to take a look at here. One at the intersection of Lebanon Church Road and Century Square Drive in West Mifflin. The other at Rhodey Road and Tulip Road in Penn Hills. Crews are on the scenes of both collisions. Major roadways are looking good at the moment. With AAA traffic, I'm Ryan McCullough on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Feeling more a bit like summer this afternoon with sunshine and some clouds and a high of 85, then partly cloudy and mild tonight, though 62. Clouds and limited sun tomorrow with a couple of showers, even a gusty thunderstorm in places, high 74. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Been 2 years since I bought Nest Expressions window fashions in Wexford. Nest Expressions specializes in Hunter Douglas blinds. Today to chat, 724-933-5500.
You need. Time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I got to talk about this draft. The NFL draft. I know it's 300,000 idiots. Patrick, my man, my partner, get Marty. 300,000 people stood there in Detroit. Stood there. Can you understand why at all?
Not really.
No.
Not my thing.
Not my. Every single time there's a draft, and generally after every season, the brilliance of Gene Collier comes out. Because he observes things most don't, and I love him for it. Gene, good morning, sir. Trying to get him. Gene, what's up?
Marty, how are you?
You sit there and watch this stuff, and it seems surreal to you, doesn't it?
It does, but I kind of solved that by not watching it. I flip past it, and I see, a scene that looks like it was maybe it's Live Aid, but no, it's the NFL draft. It's mind-boggling to me. Now, I don't want to. Far be it from me to detract from anyone's enjoyment of whatever it is they enjoy. But my problem with the NFL draft is pretty basic, Marty, and and it goes back a long, long way. Basically, all you have to know about it is that Tom Brady was a sixth-round pick. Right. Sixth round, not Marty, not the sixth pick, the sixth round. 199 teams looked at Tom Brady, the best player ever, if you will, and said, "Nah, we don't need that." Not just 199 teams, all things being equal. 199 teams made up of the best football minds of the era all looked at Tom Brady and said, "Nah, not with pick 1 through 199." And to me, that says everything you need to know about the draft. So why am I watching it? Oh, yeah. Oh, right. I'm not watching it.
Let's get to the verbiage, which is what you do so magnificently. Let's talk about, this is Gene Collier with the PG. Let's talk about the first round pick. I love this.
Multiple sources reported that he's a plug and play guy, Marty, which I guess means, there's no assembly, there's no development. You just plug him in there and he plays. And the good thing about it is, of course, as I mentioned in the Post-Gazette, if something goes haywire with him, you just pull him out and wait 10 seconds and plug him back in.
Gene.
Yeah.
Describe the tight ends room. This is beautiful.
Oh, the tight ends room, yeah. It's been going on for about maybe 5 years. It's creeping into the NFL glossary. It occurred to somebody at some point, maybe a writer or a scout or something, that positions in training facilities and practice facilities are broken out into rooms. There's a quarterback's room, an offensive line room, and an inside linebackers room, whatever they have. I have not been in the rooms. But ever since that got into the glossary, writers, especially broadcasters, do it too, but writers love to do it. Is they say, so-and-so will be a good addition to the tight ends room. Well, okay, but I'd rather he be a good football player. When I think about adding to a room, I'm thinking more in lines of a lamp or some art or as a plant, something like that. I'm not down with this. I guess is what I'm saying.
Gene, tell me about the ceilings, sir, and the vaulted ceilings and
The ceiling discussion. The ceiling discussion predates the room discussion by decades. It's been around a long time. And I don't know who is responsible for this, but I suppose it was a scout or a draftnik circa 1985 decided to describe draft picks as, or one particular draft pick as having a very high ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess that means that, well, it doesn't mean that the sky's the limit because there's a ceiling. Well, you can't see the sky unless you have some kind of skylight. I've never seen that referred to in the draft. But for the first time this year, I saw the term a high floor.
High floor.
Yeah, I guess that means that, this guy can't be any worse than X. I don't know what that means, but I like the floors low. I don't like the high floor.
Gene,
I'm getting old, Marty, and
I love him.
the high floor is going to be a problem.
No, I got to get this one before I lose you, man. This is brilliant.
Yeah, sure.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Flexible arm talent was described to us. Sir.
I think it has something to do with Stretch Armstrong, Marty. Thank you. I'll let myself out.
They changed this into an industry, and they cliched it night and day, sir. Gene Collier, you're the best, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, Marty. Thanks. All right.
I find that to be hysterical. Because what happens is you watch this draft thing, and they analyze these guys with high ceilings and flexible arm talent and football IQs, and you can't believe what you're hearing. And to put into context, Gene Collier does, he laughs at it and scoffs at it because his point is the greatest football minds on earth spend the entire year analyzing quarterbacks and players, yet Tom Brady ends up going so late. And Mr. Irrelevant, San Francisco 49ers quarterback, got picked last in the draft last year. I don't spend a lot of time on sports, but what I do is laugh at Gene Collier because he enjoys the cliches in sports, the pontification of sportscasters. But let me say this. ESPN has turned this into a 3-day insane event where 275,000 people stood in the heat in Detroit waiting for men they don't know about, talk about men they don't know about, and their ceiling, and their football IQ, and their flexible arm strength. Stretch Armstrong style. I absolutely love it, and I love the way Gene Collier takes a look at it. Made me laugh all weekend. My man, Gene Collier. He's a plug-in player. You know, he's a plug-in graphic guy. My boy, Ryan. What's up?
Thank you, Marty. The accident at Rhodey Road and Tulip Road out in Penn Hills, it's still getting cleared up at the moment. However, the accident out in West Mifflin has been cleared up. Major roadways are still looking good, though we are seeing a little bit of congestion still at the bottom of the hill on the Parkway West inbound side. With AAA traffic, I'm Ryan McCullough on 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We keep snake plants and stuff.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We got a whole section for ferns. Here we have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hi, this is Larry Richard with Dan Bitchoff, the PA Hypnosis and Anxiety Center. Anxiety, Dan, you know, is at an all-time high.
It's out of control right now, Larry. We have people calling in every day to help with anxiety. And the thing that we have here at the PA Hypnosis and Anxiety Center is we're able to get to the part of the brain that actually causes the anxiety. Most everybody knows that people have problems, but they can't control the anxiety on their own. So the sessions that we do actually from the first session on gets that part of the brain to stop causing that fight or flight anxiety response. And that's how we're able to give the guarantee with our program.
And you've worked with high-level athletes, Olympic athletes. Where do we get started?
We do a free consultation, and we're going to do the same thing with the clients here that we do with the U.S. Olympic team to help them win gold medals. So when you call the office for the consultation, we can set that up. It's 724-934-8446.
The PA Hypnosis and Anxiety Center, 724-934-8446. Call now. Larry Richard with legendary sports broadcaster Lanny Fratteri, who recently used Lacina Drapery and Blind Factory. Lanny, how'd it go?
Larry, Lacina made it easy. A great selection of quality materials, plenty of expert advice, and flawless installation. I've been around a lot of pros in my lifetime, and Lacina's the best game in town.
Call 412-665-4900 today for a free shop and home appointment. 412-665-4900.
Lacina Drapery and Blind Factory, the quality you deserve at factory direct prices.
Now there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Marty Griffin, I'm back here. I'm here to stay. If you don't like it, love it. Can't help yourself. We're going to get into this dog thing. Ryan, you have that sound with that governor? Yeah, my man Ryan. Ryan's my new best friend. What Ryan does when he leaves here is he goes out and he watches traffic. He is obsessed with traffic and traffic reporting. I'm just glad I have him in here today. This is the governor of South Dakota, right? Right. And we're going to get into this at the bottom of the hour, but I wanted to play this. So she writes this book about herself. I like her. She's pretty dynamic, actually. However, in the book, she talks about when she was young, and I think about my boy Billy Sawyer, by the way, who has told me in the past how, because we've talked about our obsession with dogs and the dog culture, and how much we spend on dogs. And Billy is very adamant about this. And by the way, I love his brother. I love his family. And they're farmers, old school. And that if a dog got really sick, they put the dog down, quite frankly. They didn't spend tens of thousands of dollars because the dog was sick, put the dog down, and then bury it on the farm. Old school. Kind of thought of that when I read this passage from this book that this governor wrote about when she was a kid. She killed a puppy because it was out of control and couldn't be disciplined in her book. Listen to her.
Christy Nome says tough decisions like this happen all the time on a farm. She's talking about killing a family dog and a goat, revelations she makes in an upcoming book. On X, she writes, "Whether running the ranch or in politics, I have never passed on my responsibilities to anyone else to handle. Even if it's hard and painful, I followed the law and was being a responsible parent, dog owner, and neighbor." Nome is scheduled to be interviewed on Face the Nation Sunday about her upcoming book, set to be released on May 7th. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Look, this is not my life and death thing. I think it's a stupid decision. I think it's stupid to kill a puppy. I think it's stupid to not get it trained. I think it's stupid. However, I ain't a farmer, and I don't live that life. I reached out to my boy, Paul Anthony, probably the best dog trainer in America, to get his position. But I'll tell you this right now, and I know he listens, my boy, Bill Sawyer, who's one of my close friends, and his brother and his family, they grew up in the country, in the Clarion area. And he has told me many times that And by the way, they're wonderful people. They love animals. They love the outdoors. They love being farmers. I just spent an entire day with his brother and her amazing wife during the solar eclipse. They're fantastic people. But not being heartless or cruel, it's Darwinism, in essence, the survival of the fittest. And as Bill has so aptly described to me over the years, look, man, an animal gets sick, you can't fix the animal, you put the animal down. If the vet can't fix it, if you can't get to a vet, if you don't have a substantial amount of money, put the animal down and move on. Survivalism, Darwinism, survival of the fittest. We will get into that more at the bottom of the hour. I wanted to grab Patrick, who's been in there all day working on our Get Marty. We're going to do a lot of streaming on this show. We're going to put a lot of video out there, a lot of social media. And we just started this process last week, and Patrick's been in there all morning talking about different things, but he's working on the computer. But I want to suck you into this. So I post, and Patrick's very much into music, and in particular sometimes hip-hop, and some of the lyrics. And he plays a lot of rap. So here's my thing. Doja Cat. Did you see that post I made? Okay, I'm sorry. So, in essence, she has this song that's very graphic about her feminine parts.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Her female parts.
Yep.
She's very open about this. It's kind of vulgar, but
Yeah.
it's the song, brother.
Well, not just the song, the parts of the show, the things you see on stage at some of these concerts, they're not appropriate for children.
It's vulgar. She
It's
gyrates,
vulgar.
she points to her private parts.
Well, yeah, some of these artists are, former strippers,
That's right.
and they bring their exotic dancing type styles to their craft, what they do on their performance.
And let's be honest. She's very open and honest that when you open the door and walk through it, brother, this is what you're getting.
Yes, and that it's not for children.
Thank you. So here's what happens in America. Shocking. Mommy doesn't give a damn because she's doing anything she can for her little daughter, right?
Yep.
Right? So they parade into these concerts and they hear this stuff and they go nuts.
Yep, they lose it.
Complaining. They lose it. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing with our culture? What the hell's that about?
Hey, I completely side with the artist on this one.
Right on.
You know what you get when you're buying a ticket to her show, and if you're bringing your kid to it, that's on you.
Right. Come on, man. Look, if this woman comes into your house and offends you, fine. If this person comes in, if your boss is doing this,
Yeah.
fine, be offended. If it's happening in front of you on the streets or at the mall, fine, be offended. But Patrick, there is no nuance with this sort of music.
No, if you're buying a ticket for that show, you know what you're getting.
People that get offended by the N-word, and I find it to be a vulgar word and a dangerous word and a hateful word.
Yep.
But if you take your kids to these concerts,
yes,
my man,
you're going to hear it. You're going to
150
see it.
times with certain artists.
Absolutely, no question whatsoever.
There is no clean version of this show for your 12-year-old girl.
No, there is no Disney version.
It's like me taking my son to a bar, making him drink shots of tequila. He's 13. And then suing the bar because my son threw up. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Here's what I say to these mommies. Grow up. All they want to do is please their kid until they're into the... And by the way, it also tells me that the parents don't pay attention to these lyrics.
Oh, they know what's in those songs.
Come on, man.
They hear them, they sing along. They absolutely know what's in those songs.
By the way, I'm not embracing the music. She's insanely successful. In her world, she's gifted.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous, gyrates, talks about sex, her private parts. Not my thing.
Right. Part of her shtick.
However, I ain't buying a ticket to see her show. And then if I hear her say that, I'm not going to say she sucks.
Right.
That's her game.
And if I buy a ticket to her show, I'm not taking a 6-year-old with me.
Thank you. End of story. Stop it, helicopter mommies. Gosh, I just don't get it. All right, and I'm jumping around here because Bill Sawyer was listening. Bill Sawyer is one of my close friends. And his family, they're farmers. And this goes back to what we were talking about with the governor and talking about shooting her puppy. So Bill sent me, this is from their farm in Clarion, I believe, Patrick. And it says, here lies 3 good dogs. And it's a stone. And then there were 3 headstones. What's this one? Mikey, 4 years old. Buster, 8 years old. And they're little stones from the ground.
Wow.
Buster, 8 years old. And Benny, 14 years old. And it goes back to my point about the book that this governor wrote. It's offended a lot of people.
Oh, a lot of people.
A lot. However, in that world, if you're a farmer and you're out there in South Dakota or Montana and Wyoming, this is how they roll.
It is, and a lot of those places, these are working dogs.
Right.
They're not family pets.
Right.
And it's a piece of property that's how they have to deal with it.
By the way, this is brilliant what he's saying. So once again, it's the same ignorance of the parents with the music, which is why I juxtapose these together in that we don't understand that life. So suddenly she's a horrible person and kills pets.
Yep. Of course, there are also people who say we're awful people if we eat a hamburger.
Right.
We eat meat, so we're killing things. So.
But in my world, I'm calling Paul Anthony, and I'm getting that dog trained. We're going to talk to him after this break. But all I'm saying is, before we decide this woman's a horrible person and let's throw her in jail and let's pick at her house, put it in context. If you're a farmer, where is she? She's South Dakota.
Yeah.
Right? The boonies. Right?
Yeah,
the wide open spaces.
Absolutely.
Rural, in her world, that's how they roll.
Yep.
But is it how a dog trainer would roll? I don't think so.
Attorney Carl Zachariah. Betty called me last week because her mother's in a nursing home and had given her $30,000 2 years ago. I told her that 5-year look back will not apply. We can get it fixed. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200 or visit PittsburghElderLaw.com.
Pittsburgh CLO has got your map to a summer of musicals. A new season filled with Broadway caliber musicals across 3 venues. At the Benedum Center, West Side Story, The Color Purple, and Music Man. At the Greer Cabaret Theater, Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill, and Young Frankenstein. At the Byam Theater, Seussical. You're on the road to a summer of musical memories. Tickets to all shows now on sale. Visit PittsburghCLO.org.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new break you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-1216. 800-499-1216. 800-499-1216.
Medicare Solutions Studios.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Partly sunny and 83 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. A celebration was in order at Pittsburgh International Airport today. News Radio KDKA Susie Cool was there and explains.
The topping out celebration for the multimodal complex under construction at Pittsburgh International that will feature nearly 5,000 new parking spots. Just one of many new additions to the airport during the construction of the terminal modernization program, and something that Turner Construction's Brian Paglowski says all Pittsburghers will be proud of upon its finish.
It's not impactful for just Allegheny County, but for the entire region. It improves the travel that our local patrons of the Pittsburgh Airport are going to experience. It also proudly displays who we are as Pittsburgh.
Connecting the MMC with the new terminal is the customer service building, which will protect passengers from the elements as they make their way from the garage to the terminal. From the airport, Susie Cool, News Radio, KDKA.
Pirates and Penguin fans now have the option of streaming games with Sportsnet Pittsburgh's new digital subscription service. SNP 360 expands on Sportsnet's existing app, costs $17.99 a month, and is available to fans in Pittsburgh and surrounding markets as of today.
Streaming is available on desktop, mobile, and connected TV devices. Fans who already have Sportsnet Pittsburgh will be able to authenticate into the S&P 360 app to access the same experience, including streaming live Pirates and Penguin games. Women's sports getting a boost here in Pittsburgh. A new elite soccer team will join the Riverhounds at Highmark Stadium in 2025. The owners of the Riverhounds announced Saturday they're bringing a Women's United Soccer League expansion team to the city. It's a pre-professional team, a stepping stone into the pros. 11. That's how many sets of twins are graduating from Norman High School this year. 11 sets of twins will be graduating from the same high school in the same year. It's definitely a unique experience. It's a little bit crazy indeed. That's where a lot of the similarities end, though. Some siblings are choosing to attend the same colleges after graduation, while others are deciding to forge their own paths. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 122 points, the Nasdaq up 74. The S&P 500 is up 18. KDKA Radio News Time is 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander in the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John and Maggie Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window company for over 46 years. When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting the expertise and attention to detail that has made our company a customer favorite for decades.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows. They're the strongest, longest lasting, best insulating windows you can buy. They're way better than vinyl.
Now, during our 46th anniversary sale, save 30% and get 18-month no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms. Visit us at metropolitanwindows.com or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Or without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. Like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Open that window and get a breath of fresh air. This spring, PJ Fitzpatrick has great deals to replace your leaky old windows with beautifully designed, budget-friendly, energy-efficient, American-made windows. PJ Fitzpatrick has a variety of financing packages that work with almost any budget. Plus, PJ Fitzpatrick provides peace of mind with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. You can have it all. Visit trustpj.com today for a free design consultation. That's trustpj.com today.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, my man, Ryan, what's up?
Thanks, Marty. We've got a couple more accidents to take a look at here. At the 3300 block of Walnut Street in McKeesport, we have a collision with crews on the scene. And at the intersection of Lebanon Road and Irwin Run Road in West Mifflin, we have crews en route to take care of that accident. Other than that, your major roadways are looking good at the moment. With AAA traffic, I'm Ryan McCullough on 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will be very warm as sunshine mixes with clouds. Our high 85, then partly cloudy tonight, those 62. Tomorrow, variable cloudiness with a couple of showers and a heavier thunderstorm around, the high 74. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
What's up, Marty? I'm here to stay. Come to tell your friends. All right, so this is intriguing to me because we are a nation obsessed with pets. Quite frankly, our dog has an insane import in our lives. It's the truth. I don't deny it. My wife loves the hell out of that dog, Rosie. My kids do. I get it. I was never a big dog lover. I admit that too. I really didn't care about dogs. I care about the fact that this dog has changed our lives. Even more so, I've seen them astounding impact on veterans, astounding impact on elderly folks, astounding impact on folks who are handicapped, astounding life-saving impact on people who have depression and anxiety. Dogs are a damn miracle in our lives. Okay? So I'm setting this up. Ryan, I'm going to ask you to play this again. You mind? Christy, no. The governor of South Dakota. Play that again. Go ahead. Here, listen to this.
Kristi Noem says tough decisions like this happen all the time on a farm. She's talking about killing a family dog and a goat, revelations she makes in an upcoming book. On X, she writes, "Whether running the ranch or in politics, I have never passed on my responsibilities to anyone else to handle. Even if it's hard and painful, I followed the law and was being a responsible parent, dog owner, and neighbor." Noem was scheduled to be interviewed on Face the Nation Sunday about her upcoming book, set to be released on May 7th. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Okay, so the crap's hit the fan over this. The dog was 14 months old, a wire-haired pointer. She was training for pheasant hunting, and she killed it. Creepy. She said it was difficult, messy, and ugly. She's a Republican governor, very popular. So now she's getting defensive because she's getting buried in this. I can understand why some people are upset about a 20-year-old story. See, now you're not supposed to care. Of Cricket, one of the working dogs at our ranch in my upcoming book. The book is filled with many honest stories of my life, good and bad days, challenges, painful decisions, and lessons. Okay? This dog on the way back from a trip got out and killed some chickens and then bit the governor. And then she killed it. Put it down, as they call it. My boy Bill, who's one of my good friends, and his family has been farmers forever. And they have this gravesite on their farm for dogs if they get really sick. And Billy says, you can train a puppy. These dogs were going to die. They weren't mean, like the one I almost shot the other night. Sorry, Bill. I didn't see your last comment. It raises this quandary, and I always go to the best dog trainer in the world, who has made a really big difference in our life with our dog and so many others. And that's my boy, Paul Anthony. Good morning, sir. How are you?
How are you doing, buddy?
Good, brother. You're also the most honest dog trainer I've ever known. Lay this out for me. Get into her head and tell me how she rationalizes this, and is this normal thinking, and is this normal? Is this okay? What would you have done?
So first of all, let me start with this. Yeah. I grew up on a small farm around farmers. And at the time that I grew up, that was common for farmers to do. But farmers are actually very passionate about their animals. Oh, yeah. So this isn't anything crushed on, crushing a farmer. I would have did something different. I would have went to a dog trainer. I know she has the funds and the abilities to do that. Because the dog chases chickens or kills chickens and even bites her, why did it bite her? I mean, there's a lot of things that can be taken into consideration here of why she did this, why she shouldn't have done it. But I do understand some of the farmers out there who go through this, and the public should not, get on those farmers for doing what they do.
See, I agree with you. That's why I love you. If I'm in my little $1 million home in Mount Lebanon, and I think this is disgusting and revolting, and she should be punished. But if I'm out in the boonies in South Dakota or Wyoming or Montana or wherever the hell, there's kind of a survival of the fittest. Darwinism, is there not, sir?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about that.
And quite frankly, because we had a big place in Butler County in Morris, PA for a long, long time. And I was around a lot of farmers myself. No one works harder. No one cares more. And no one loves animals more than farmers. Is that fair too?
Absolutely. Absolutely correct. 100%. I mean, you figure they take care of their horses, they take care of their cows, they take care of their chickens, they take care of their cats, their dogs. Absolutely. Because they do something with the end of life to a dog that may not be acceptable to some people, doesn't make it wrong.
For instance, let's use as an example, brother. I hooked you up with this wonderful young lady, Danielle, right?
Yes.
And she's at this shelter, and they have a dog that, it's been there, 3.5 years?
Yes, sir.
And what they would describe it as untrainable, right?
Yes.
And in many, many, many shelters in America, that dog is dead by now. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely.
So you go in
Absolutely correct.
You go in there with Patrick and the camera crew and the video and shoot this compelling story with her, and she's wonderful. And you look at this dog because you're the guru, and you say, I can fix that dog. Is that fair?
Yeah, I can definitely help that dog and teach them what to do with the dog, how to manage the dog, what situations to put that dog in and what situations not to, what kind of family to adopt it to, what it's going to need for enrichment and exercise. Absolutely.
But you're a guru, man. This is your thing. You're one of the best dog trainers in the world. In fact, him and his dog have performed at world championships, and you finished top 5, haven't you?
Yeah, we came in 3rd place in Russia and 8th place in Czechoslovakia. So, yes.
Well, man knows his stuff. So my point is, at that particular facility, or many of the shelters around here, that dog would have been put to sleep 2 years ago. Fair?
Absolutely.
So is it fair for us to call this governor of South Dakota a horrible person who hates animals? Is that fair?
No, absolutely not. Because on the flip side of that, there are some behavior issues with dogs where they do need to be put down because they are not safe to be in public. I mean, where they can attack Rosie, attack you, attack your children. And that's the hard part for us to do, is to look at a dog and tell the owner or the rescue or the shelter, hey, this dog needs to be put down because it could be basically bad out in the public. And I don't want that on my hands either, for me to say, yeah, every dog can be saved, because they can't. And there are times when we do need to euthanize dogs for behavior issues.
I agree. And it doesn't make you a bad person. It certainly doesn't make
Absolutely not.
Certainly doesn't make. But my only thing about this is, I would think that most people, if they're thinking rationally and they're in our world, would never think of putting down a 14-month-old puppy before putting a lot of training effort into it. Is that fair?
Correct.
Okay. But in her context, in her world 20 years ago, it might have been just what people do, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind there were more people to do this 20 years ago than there are today.
I agree. Hey, man, how many dogs did you have in the procession at your wedding?
We had 10 dogs there. If we would have had 11, you would have had one of them too.
And they were big dogs.
Yes. Yes, all Belgian Malinois, and we had a lab and 2 German Shepherds.
And they were unbelievably trained, unbelievably happy that you were getting married, and we love you. You're the man, brother. Thank you for your honesty.
Well, thank you, sir.
My man, Paul Anthony. I love him. One of my boys sent me a note, and he's right. There's a fact. We care a lot more about pets than we do about folks who get abused or neglected or murdered. A lot more. In fact, every time the pet folks and the cops go into a house and they bring out 60 dogs and the house is full of fecal matter and they have the owner of the house in handcuffs and they portray them as these horrible people. Folks, let me help you with something. If you're living in a house with 60 pets and they're crapping and urinating in that house for 5 years, you're mentally ill and you need a lot more help than those dogs do. But we make the dogs these angels of love, and we make these folks who have mental illness demons. We do, and we probably should. Tough decisions all around. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, my man Ryan, what's up on the roads?
Thank you. Taking a look at the Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras, the accident on the 3300 block of Walnut Street out in McKeesport has been cleared. The collision on Lebanon Road and Irwin Run Road in West Mifflin has been cleared up. Seeing congestion at the bottom of the hill on the inbound side of the Parkway West. Also seeing some slowdowns as people try to head out of the city across the Fort Pitt Bridge. With AAA traffic, I'm Ryan McCullough on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Pirates fans, baseball is back. And this ball is gone. Henry Davis. Oh, Henry. Catch every pitch from every Pittsburgh Pirates game. Streaming live with 93.7 The Fan on the free Odyssey app.
Higgs throws on the first, and he gets the on goal.
The voices you know, the team you love. Pirates baseball lives here on 93.7 The Fan and the free Odyssey app. AUDACY. Download it today. Games available for fans in market only.
KDKA, covered by Rhino Shield. Looks like paint and lasts for decades with a 25-year warranty. Make 380 Auction of Murraysville your next stop for all your spring flowers. Trucks coming in weekly. 5 greenhouses to shop. 380 Auction has name brand furniture, tools, automotive supplies, pet supplies, lawn and garden, toys, food, and new items arriving daily. 380 Auction is open Tuesday through Sunday. Call 724-339-3132. That's 724-339-3132 or log on to shop380.com and save.
What's wrong with Rick? He's kind of spacey. That's Rick's identical twin, Scott. He's not used to answering direct. What's going on? Rick asked me to keep it secret, but he asked his twin to cover his shift so he could go to Diamonds Direct to shop. But this is a jewelry store. Exactly. But the prices and selection are so much better at Diamonds Direct. Rick doesn't want the boss to get suspicious, so Scott's here in case the boss sees Rick at Diamonds Direct. But that would mean that the boss is at Diamonds Direct too. Yeah, we have a lot of secrets.
You never know who you'll run into at Diamonds Direct. With unbeatable direct importer prices, the highest quality diamonds, the most sought-after designer rings, the best customer service, the strongest guarantees in the industry, it's just a no-brainer.
You think if Scott had a mustache, he'd look like me?
Go where everyone goes. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times, I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Panther X Rare will be moving its headquarters within the Pittsburgh region in the fall as it expands locally and nationally. The rare disease company will move to Settlers Ridge and a 65,000 square foot LEED gold building that will eventually house its national headquarters and be a springboard for further expansion, and by 2026 have dispensing operations to treat rare diseases. The company has long been a leader in specialty pharmacy and the treatment of rare diseases, providing services for people with the diseases. The headquarters move will start in the fall. It's currently located at Summit Park Drive, and the new facility is about 4 miles away. Also, Philips and Philips Respironics will pay $1.1 billion to settle personal injury litigation in the United States in connection to the issues over its sleep therapy devices. The settlement, announced today, will conclude the personal injury lawsuits and class action lawsuit that's been filed against the Dutch manufacturer and its U.S. subsidiary. It follows a consent decree signed earlier this month for an economic loss settlement of $600 million. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I went to a Central Catholic auction. Catholic God program, but fast. Put Terry Todd in the Hall of Fame. He deserves to be there. One of the best football players I've ever met, but he was an inspirational coach, life-changing coach. Those kids worshiped him there. In Collins with me, these high school coaches have insane impacts on kids' lives.
Well, was he one of the best football players you've ever met because he was like 5'8" and 160 pounds and got every single ounce of everything out of his body?
I can't believe you're saying, because I played with him. And that dude, I'm not exaggerating.
You have to kill him to defeat him.
He would propel himself through the air with his head. I'm not exaggerating.
People have told me when he played that there were people twice his size who would relent and say, I just don't want to line up against him anymore. But yeah, the dedication he had. I say this, and now I grew up across the river, but I went to Fox Chapel. We were pretty big rivals. I don't know, Steve Bazilla, I don't know if you know him. He coached the line for a long time. He dies with Central, but he grew up on the same side of the river as me, and I've known him since he was 6 years old, probably. I said, there's one community that, whether you love them, whether you hate them, whether you're indifferent or whatever, the bond that, it's like that poet society kind of. The bond that Central grads have is very strong. It's very real. Like, there's nothing manufactured about it. And you have to respect it no matter if you went there, if you love them or you hate them or whatever. It's really interesting.
But and I can't really get into the details, but there's a big plan to put a gorgeous stadium in this Hazelwood Green.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they've played all the way from Swissvale to Mount Lebanon. So they played everywhere.
Everywhere. But the truth is that those high school coaches get paid $8,000.
Yeah, right.
They're like, Terry's one. What's up today, man?
Lots of things. I guess this encampment is getting cleared out right now. But they say they're not leaving. They're just
taking their tents.
They're just taking their tents down, which is interesting.
What breaks the law? Because you're making a good point. That's what's against the law. That's why they would go to.
Right. I mean, you can't. It costs money, and you got to get a permit to camp at Cook's Forest. I mean, that's fact. So that's interesting. There's a lot more stuff happening. It's beautiful out today, by the way. Were you outside?
And you like Larry too, Sherrod, the new chief.
Uh-huh.
I like the way they handle it without no one getting hurt. That's my whole thing.
I like that too. I don't like the fact that I think the Pitt police did all the right things. I don't know if Gainey enabled his people to do the right things for a while.
That's a fair argument. And let me say this from my boys that work at Pitt. So when it really hit the fan yesterday afternoon, and all these kids started running toward the cathedral, there were 60 Pitt cops there and about 5 Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the other part too, they didn't want. The Cathedral of Learning is one of the most iconic buildings on the eastern part of this country in terms of a college building. There have been other buildings around this country that have been occupied. Yep. They did not want people to get inside that building. No. They just didn't.
And I love the Pitt police. I have some friends that do this and who protect the students. They do a hell of a job. And I respect and admire the fact that Larry went in there and negotiated with these people and said, look, we don't want to hurt anyone. We don't want anyone hurt. You got to leave by Monday. And looks like they're packing up the tent.
Yep.
See what happens. Colin, the man, is next. I'm back on this time, folks, every single day. Colin is back, what, 2 to 6?
2 to 6.
Think about it.
It's late. It's okay. The only part I don't like is you pull out here and you get right into the teeth of traffic. That's the part that sucks.
How's your body adapting? Just
no, I'm still getting up early. Like I woke up at 5 this morning. I ran 6 miles. Then I went and worked out. Then I did some other stuff. And then I'm like, when's the show start? And it was a long time. So I don't want to sleep later because I don't want to miss putting the kids on the school bus.
Get it? We're here to stay, you think, for now.
I just keep showing up. As long as when I put my key on the door, it goes beep and it lets me in, I just keep showing up.
Right, done. All right. He's obsessed with traffic, Colin.
Well, he's electric.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hey, Pittsburgh, it's Kiki Brown, Pretty Kitty on your radio. And if you're living with sickle cell disease, we want to help you get the health care that you need. June 19th is World Sickle Cell Day and Juneteenth. And sickle cell predominantly affects those of African heritage, and